What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the Project Manga Podcast. I'm Noxie.
What up, it's Kiko.
Eagaloo.
And Nickums.
And we are back for another episode of One Shots. This night, we are met with a very long-time friend of ours and also the wife of Nickums. We have Marnikins. How you doing, man? Thanks for joining us, dude.
Hello.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. So, we all kind of, go super way back, right? And I think we all met at a convention talking about One Piece stuff, and our friendship kind of, just bloomed. From
Marty and I were cosplaying.
Yeah.
I was Zoro and she was Robin.
Yeah.
And we rolled up with you guys.
Yeah, and I was like Leonardo DiCaprio, on the couch, hey, you're Zoro. but yeah, so I don't know.
Friendship was born.
Yeah, now that we are doing one shots, we have a One Piece topic. Got to have Marnie on because we love talking about One Piece with Marnie. And it's about damn time he came on the show. Yeah. So, for those of you who are new, we are Project Manga. We're a team of manga enthusiasts that review Weekly Shonen Jump on YouTube in a conversational podcast setting. Once the brand kind of started to expand, we reached out, to different platforms, obviously, for a wider content scope. So now here we are on Twitch. And the YouTube show that we do is an offline recording. So when we review manga, it's offline, and it's all 7 or all 6 of the manga that we cover on YouTube, all on one show. But One Shots is a series specific Weekly Shonen Jump podcast where we take one of those manga and choose a topic to talk about for about an hour to an hour and a half every other Wednesday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time right here on our YouTube channel. Then it's uploaded to Patreon the next day, and YouTube a couple days after that will get it. So you have 2 ways to kind of consume the episode if you missed it live. One of those is to support us through Patreon. That's going to be the best way, to keep the lights on over here at Project Manga. And the other way is to just wait for it to hit YouTube. So whatever works best for you. Tonight we are discussing each role in the Straw Hat Pirate Crew. So normally, like I just said, we kind of want to try to keep the episodes around an hour to an hour and a half. But this is a pretty heavy topic, so it could go kind of long. So even more, incentive, if you can't stay the entire discussion, or if you show up late, hit up Patreon, hit up YouTube. It'll be there eventually. That's fucking awesome. Forgot you had that. That's sick.
Sean's asking in the chat. That's why I wanted to show. I'm sure he knows what it is now.
Yes.
He said, "What's that rock on Kiko's screen? What's the rock?" It's a very important rock that I ate.
But okay, yes, absolutely. So, thank you all so much for pulling up to the session tonight. Yeah. Big shout out to Seamus, Kaizoku, Abdel, Sean Hockey Warrior, Brack, Seraph. What's going on, bro? Dubs, Fly, whole gang
Scuba
is here.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure more will pull up eventually, but thanks for joining us, you guys.
Definitely. Yes.
As far as the conversation goes, so obviously we kind of want to do a little bit of a deep dive into each job classification or specialty that each Straw Hat crew member has for themselves, right? So going down the list, I don't know, do you guys want to do it in the order that the crew was assembled?
That they were added. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, that's
reverse
cool.
order. Yeah. I guess those are the only 2, that would make sense. But yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go.
So that brings us to the captain's position, right? Monkey D. Luffy.
Yes.
So
what a captain we have here. He doesn't do much captaining until it's really time to captain. Right?
Yeah. And it's I've been waiting to have this episode so I can talk with you guys about this captain position here, because obviously we follow One Piece and we love One Piece, and we know that Luffy is going to do what he set out to do, regardless of anything that happens between the start of his journey and the end of his journey. We know that he is going to bring his team to One Piece, and they're all going to accomplish all of their goals. So with that in mind, obviously you could say, he's a great captain. He's an incredible captain. He's the best captain I've ever seen. It's Monkey D. Luffy. So and it's a One Piece related topic. So I'm sure that all of you guys agree with that too. But on paper, is he a good captain? And I feel a lot of people would say no to that.
Yeah.
Just because of how often he
think
endangers the crew and how
Sure.
like often he like kind of like derails like from what is supposed to be happening just for like a
I think depending on how you look at it, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you want a good adventure, he's the best captain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want a safe adventure,
Yeah.
he's not necessarily the best captain. You know what
Not
I'm
a
saying?
very good captain.
Or
Oh my
like
God.
you could say that, yeah, does Luffy do a good job of administering people of I mean, he picks the right people to be on the crew, right? But I would say his primary aspect of being a captain is like the soul of the crew. You know what I mean? Like,
Character judge.
Yeah.
Character judge, right? Like
and not just that, but morale booster. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he will never give up, so that lets the crew never give up. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
And
mean, obviously, in like in the typical sense of like captaining, where
Yeah.
you're supposed to play, the hard leadership, kind of a boss type role, where you lay the line down, similar to times in like Enies Lobby, where he really doesn't know what to do at times,
yeah.
and other people in the crew have to let him know. I mean, mainly Zoro, because he's
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Shout out
so,
to
I mean,
Arn
at
Cosplay.
times-
Thanks for the follow, bro. Appreciate you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, keep going though, Eagle.
But yeah, at times he doesn't really know how to captain, because he just wants to be free and have a fun adventure and shit.
Right.
And other
Yeah.
people have to let him know. So yeah, he
Yeah.
really isn't like the best captain, so to speak.
Right, but then you also have like, okay, so for a lot of these roles, I would assume most of them, we're going to go into like what the role means on paper, and then like what it means for the character who has that role, and then obviously what it means for the story of One Piece. So when you're looking at the captain's role inside of One Piece, the things that like kind of like come to your mind when it comes to that role is you tell everyone what to do, you are responsible for anything and everything that people do on your ship. And things like that. But inside of One Piece, considering the notoriety that comes with a crew that has really like carved its name, into the society or into the world even, like that captain's position carries so much more weight than just who's in charge on the ship. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because obviously
definitely.
notoriety is going to bring you to a point where you have a huge bounty, you know what I'm saying? Or you have done something that has captured the attention of the world government, and now anytime your name is heard, they know you're the captain of this pirate crew that we're all like really trying to get right now. So like the higher you rise in the ranks of the world, the heavier that role becomes, more so
Yes.
than any other role, obviously, like on the crew, right? And when you look at other captains in the series, and I remember back when I was like first starting One Piece, I was like, I cannot wait until Luffy is tight. You got this dude that just showed up. He's the captain of this pirate crew I don't know anything about yet. Everyone's shaking in their boots because that dude's here. Then you got this guy over here, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, I cannot wait until Luffy is on that level to where he just strikes fears, into the eyes of, adversaries and whatnot. You know what I mean? And I feel like that is a lot of, like, even though I don't know if Luffy ever actually like verbalizes this, but I feel like he's the kind of motherfucker who like loves that shit. You know what I mean? Like, Monkey D. Luffy just pulled up to the battlefield. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's gotta make you feel good. You know what I mean?
No, for
it's
sure.
Like, because it reminds you of all of your accomplishments. It reminds you of everything that you've done up until that point. And it's like when you can have a position like that and not let it turn you into, a Bellamy, you know what I mean? Or a, like a character that is, because absolute power corrupts absolutely, the saying. And Luffy, I feel like never like gets out of line, and that's one of the reasons why we love him and shit too. But like Luffy is so grounded, down to earth, and like humble, while also being like very understanding of his position and everything. You know what I mean? And he will be very quick to tell you, hey, usually I'm really like happy-go-lucky and like fun-loving, but like now is the time where we do this. You know what I mean? And when he can't do that, you have the right hand, and sometimes even Nami will check Luffy and whatnot too. But there's so much responsibility in one role for someone who's such a like childish and like naive kind of like character. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. I've
Well, I
never
think
seen a captain like
historically-
that. Yeah, go ahead, Marty.
Historically, in pirate crews, I think the captain typically only took like absolute authority during times of crisis or like during times of battle.
Yeah.
But the captain didn't necessarily boss everyone around. There was a democracy on the vast majority of pirate ships, and people voted on the day-to-day activities and how things would go, where they would go. So I think in that sense, I think that Luffy really represents like a pirate captain.
Yeah.
Because like he does let the crew speak for themselves, but when it comes to emergencies, he's able to be the most powerful person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's huge that he lets all his crew members do their thing, right? Like they all have their own goals and dreams to pursue. He will never get in the way of any of them. Freedom, exactly. That's what this series is just based on. Like the whole premise of the story is freedom. And what type of captain would he be if he said, no, you can't be the best swordsman. No, you can't fucking find all blue, whatever, you know, that'd be the worst. That'd be
you all live for me. You all live for my will and like my
exactly.
Wants.
If any of them came to him and dead ass were like, yo, I cannot be on the crew any longer because I need to pursue my dream, he would be like, shit. All right.
Yeah.
Get it, son.
And that's crazy, Marnie. I
Respect.
didn't know that pirate ships, as far as like leadership goes, was like a democracy most of the time, or historically, or whatever. You know, I mean, granted, my only experiences with pirates. So before One Piece, my only experience with pirates. Oh, Ash is going crazy with the sub gifts. Fuck yeah, dude. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, dude. Appreciate the shit out of you, bro. But as far as like my experiences with like pirates up until before One Piece, it was literally just Pirates of the Caribbean and then One Piece. So I didn't know like what being a pirate captain like really meant. You know what I mean? So that's really cool information. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, because you did it like 19 times. Okay. I'm like getting this notification like back to back to back to back and shit. I'm like, oh yeah, he's gifting everybody the fucking sub. Fuck yeah. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys like feel about like, because obviously like Luffy was the captain from chapter 1, but when do you guys feel like he like actually became a captain where you were like, this is the pirate king, this is the captain of this ship, like this is when
I think
like,
the most impactful crew moment is getting rid of Mary and Usopp opposing Luffy. Like I feel like that's like the biggest, like you really have to, it's just like this isn't fun and games all the time, right? Like, and that's what One Piece has kind of been, right? Even though there's serious times, tension in big boss battles, whatever. But at the end of the day, I mean, we're all just joking as equals on the ship. We're drinking, we're kicking it, whatever. It's just a great time, and then this is the first time there's been a serious disagreement that was worth leaving the crew over. The only time. So like. To me, obviously, you already kind of talked about how, and maybe I think Eagle may have mentioned it too, where like Zoro had to kind of take control of the situation at that time because Luffy does, he does have his flaws, which he knows, and he says, hey, I can't lie. That's why I got Usopp. I can't navigate. That's why I got Nami. Like he's got the people that he needs, and he knows he needs that, which is very powerful because it's like, even though you're going to be, end of story, strongest being to ever live in this universe, like he relies on each one of us. So like it's just the amount that he relies on all his crewmates, and that was always the greatest part of it. It's like, okay, I'm only gonna have 10 crewmates or 10 people total, whatever, even if that doesn't still like remain true like in the future. But like I want a small crew, like a Shanks, like a Roger, even though he doesn't know that about Roger's crew, but like I just need people that are all, everybody who's going to be on my crew is going to serve a very important purpose, and it's going to be like very, succinct. Nobody's going to be doing anybody else's job. Basically, we all got a role that we got to perform to do it. If we don't, if any of us fails, we all fail. And that's like an incredible amount of just faith you put into your people, especially when you got like a Usopp on the crew, when it's like, Buddy kind of fails, right? Like it's kind of his character. So it's like, but Luffy trusts him in the time that he needs. It's like, hey, if I need a snipe from fucking
the judicial tower over to the fucking flag. Wow.
Exactly. It's like we got that, and it's just very impactful that you have a captain like that just isn't, what Marnie explained, a dictator, basically a ship dictator versus a democracy on the ship. Definitely.
Hell yeah.
So I mean, going back to the question that Noxie asked, like you said, what was the first time it was communicated to us, like
Where it really hit you,
like this is the man,
this is the man,
the king of the pirates.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, okay, so excluding, you know, just knowing from chapter 1, like, okay, this is what he wants to do. This is the route of the manga. This is where it's gonna go. Either for me, either what Kiko was talking about, Eni's lobby, when he had, you know, Usopp Sogeking shoot the flag, and told them, you know, bring it on, after he told him what it meant to fucking challenge him. I was like, yo, this man is willing to go to any fucking lengths
dude.
for his mans. That, or on Fishman Island after everything was done, when he had the conversation on the Denden Mushi with fucking Big Mom.
It's time to make
and
moves.
she's talking shit to him like, yo, I'm about to fuck you up. You fucked my candy situation up. And he's like,
the candy factory.
He's like, bitch, I will beat your ass all over the fucking New World.
Yeah, dude.
Where are you at?
That was goosebumps, dude.
Pull up.
And they took down Big Mom's flag, right? They took down Big Mom's flag and put up
and he said,
their straw hat flag.
Yeah, that
on
was
the
gangster
my
shit.
fucking territory.
Yeah.
This is my territory now,
Step
for sure.
to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and whether or not he
feel
was
like that
ready
was
at the
the
time, like obviously we know he would have got mopped by Big Mom at that time. But you know, it was just super impactful. I was like, yo, this man.
Yeah, that's huge.
He's not shook at all in the face of a Yonko. Not in the face, but virtually.
Both of those moments are very, very good for his character and just like his role as captain. Marnie, you were trying to get in there? Or were you wanted to interject?
Oh, I feel like that was the first time I really felt like he was going to be the pirate king.
Not
necessarily like captain, or like he really displayed that he was a captain. But that's when I was like, oh shit, like he really stood up to a Yonko for the first time, like, face to face.
That or the Denden Mushi conversation when
voice,
he was locked up in the cage. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. That's good too.
Oh, on Big Mom, on
also
on
with
Whole
Big
Cake?
Mom,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That was good.
Okay. So like, was that your answer, Marnie, or to the question, or was that just like when you, the first time that it like felt like he was going to be the pirate king, not necessarily the captain?
When he was going to be the pirate king, yeah.
Okay.
I guess captain. I felt like it was when. I mean, honestly, like episode 1 when he recruited Zoro.
Yeah.
Or episode 2.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just you get this buildup of Zoro being like this hard ass, you know, he's this really like intense character, and at that point in the series, you know, he was the most intense character that you had met, really. And just the way that Luffy completely wins him over in an instant, it's like, damn.
Yeah, that was lovely.
If we're talking about like captaincy, I think the best moment for me. No, seriously, I think the best moment for me is at the end of Water 7.
Yeah.
You know, Eni's lobby. They're pulling away on the Mary. Or on the not on the Mary, sorry, rest in peace. On the Thousand Sunny.
Yeah.
And after all the shit that happened, obviously with Usopp and shit, you know, Usopp comes running down to the shore, and he's trying to be an asshole about it, or he's trying to lie or whatever.
Yeah.
Act like it's not a big deal, but then he actually does like prostrate himself, apologize from the fucking bottom of his heart and shit, and Luffy fucking, you know, lets him back onto the crew because he said that's what you need to do. Like, if you don't
But until that point, he was
up to what you did.
Right.
You're not getting back on the crew, and he was cold as fuck with him up until that point. Like I'm sure
exactly,
Dickens was about to say.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So that, and like, dog, they were blubbering like a motherfucker, and so I was like, yo, and everybody on the crew was happy as fuck. My guy Sanji said,
So for me, I mean, I feel like I have to shout out from the chat or whatever. Fucking, I think it was Seamus before all these damn sub gifts from Ashes or whatever. So Seamus had, you know, the classic quote from Arlong Park, right?
Yeah.
He's like, "Of course I don't know about swords. Of course I can't cook. Of course I can't navigate. I can't lie or whatever," right? And the joke answer, whatever. Like that there is like being very humble and being very much a captain, right? Like you're not a vigilante, you're not a one-man show, you're not a bounty hunter. You're a captain. Like you assemble people onto your crew to help you. You recognize that you can't do it alone. That's a captain. You know what I mean? So like I feel like to a degree, and yes, like obviously he had huge room to grow at that time. He wasn't a good quote unquote captain at that time in terms of a lot of the standard captain stuff, but that was a big captain moment for him. Absolutely.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, as far as like, I feel like my answer kind of like piggybacks off of that because like the moment where I really was like, okay, this motherfucker is a captain now. Like, obviously when you recruit Zoro and now it's a 2-person operation, that is technically when he becomes like a captain. You know what I mean? And that is a moment that, you know, obviously anybody can say like that's when he became a captain to me. Like Marnie said, and that's good. But with like when in Water 7 or in Enies Lobby when he's fighting Bluno and he's about to go into Gear 2nd and he's like, I'm happy I met you here today, because he got like up until that point, like, yes, he had shown captain qualities. He's down for Nami at Arlong Park. He's, you know, done a whole bunch of super tight shit up until that point. But it was always a situation where it's like, okay, no matter what happens, like, I'm gonna beat this motherfucker. I'm gonna knock this dude out. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. Yeah. Anthony Doles, thanks for the follow, man. Welcome to the stream.
Hey.
Fuck yeah, dude.
What up, Tony? What's
Big
good?
big tone. But yeah, well, just up until you know, in East Lobby, he had done a bunch of super tight shit. But then like but it was always like, okay, I'm going to talk a bunch of shit to this person. I'm going to put my crew in danger. At the end of the day, I'm going to knock this dude out and I'm going to go. Aokiji shows up and completely annihilates the crew. And that's something that that's something that Luffy had never experienced before. And you could tell in his dialogue with Bluno that he has been very worried and very insecure since that moment. But then when he sees them use the Soru, the Rokushiki shave technique, and sees how they do it, he's like, I've been trying to think of a way to not let that Aokiji shit ever happen again. And now that I've met you, I see what you guys do to move as fast as you do. Thank you so much for coming into my life, because now I can protect my crew for a really long time. And that's when I was like, that's the guy. Yeah, I was like, that's the guy now.
Especially when Bluno says like, what you're saying doesn't make any sense. You're about to lose your crew because you met us here today. Like, that's when it like really like doubled down and hit. I'm like, this is our captain for sure, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's so hard to not feel like he was a captain, literally since like talking to Kobe and Alvida and like all that stuff. Like it's really like a couple like early moments I think it too is like when they go to, I want to say it's Orange Town, the one with Buggy.
Yeah, it's Orange Town.
And the dog Shushu, the little dog who his master dies and he keeps coming every day, and then Moji comes with the and Moji comes with Ricci, and you know, like they're
Lionel Ricci.
And then he just, you know, body slams the fuck out of Ricci, you know, like, and right there, just like, sure, that's just like more character, but it's just like, this guy's always going to stand up for his people, even if he just met you, and like that's something that's huge for a captain, right? Like you're saying, his his morale boost is his main thing that he does really for the team. Like nobody, especially like maybe this is spoiler, I guess, if you're not current in the manga, but like
one shots, baby.
But like what Frankie said to Nami, like, are you even trying to make our captain king of the pirates? It's like that's what he instills on his people. Like that's how they you know, his energy resonates on them. And it's like Frankie was not scared to shoot Big Mom in the face with fucking a radical beam, you know, and it's like a lot of characters, you know, like you could just see like there's all these other all of Big Mom's children are afraid of her, you know. Obviously all the fodder characters are scared of like Yonko level people, but it's like Frankie doesn't even blink in front of a Yonko, like fuck this, you know,
because he understands it's not about him, you know. The Straw Hats are like a situation where, you know, the end result is like greater than the sum of all of their parts, you know what I mean? Like they understand that like without Luffy, like they don't have like all of their own individual like purposes in life. They know just from like riding on the ship for a week that they were never closer to achieving that dream before they met Luffy. You know what I mean? And it's an unspoken thing, you know what I'm saying? Like Luffy doesn't have to say, I brought y'all. He's never gonna say, I brought us all the way here. What you mean? You know, like you're never gonna see a situation like that, but yeah.
But he like in a way makes people relinquish themselves and like to freedom, and he gives them the freedom in a way to achieve their dreams. You know? Especially with certain characters like Robin, Sanji, you know, I don't know. I can't think of.
It's just like a reciprocal cycle.
Also, Frankie, because
like,
Frankie was going to chill in Water 7 forever too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, but it's like if you you know, you have these huge, like these strong feelings for like this is who I am, this is my goals, this is where I'm going, you know, but I care about all of you and everything about the same thing that I want that for you within your own, you know, your own regards, whatever your own goals, and it's like when you just it's impossible not to be like you definitely want to help that person achieve their goals. If you just know they're always going to hold you down and help you, it's just reciprocal, right? Like that's the best word I can think about. Like these people, all the Straw Hats are going to work together to make sure all of their dreams come true, and any of them would sacrifice their own dream to help somebody else's dream come true, including Luffy. Luffy will give up Pirate King in a second to like help his people if he knows it's going to save them.
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
it's you can even think of like when he's in Impel Down and he's just like fighting Magellan and he's just like, I have to get my hands up, I gotta hit him, right? Like and he, you know, does Jet Bazooka and hits him. It's like he knows right then and there, it's like I'm probably giving up my dream right here, but it's like I gotta get my squad back, we gotta get together. Like it's bigger than just himself, and when that's just like a contagious feeling, like no matter what, no, in any walk of life, when you're around somebody with that energy, you're gonna just you know, assuming, you know, you're, you know, not a shitty person, that's you're going to feel that energy, and you know, it's going to help you grow as well. So it's amazing like what he does subtly for all the other characters that it's not really stated, but like you just know, you see it, like Oda does a great job of showing you that without it being like clearly stated in black and white. Exactly. So,
and I feel like a major thing is his charisma too, right? Because it's like everything that you're talking about like plays into that. And like the charisma factor is something that I feel like separates like, you know, characters that deserve to be alongside Luffy in the running for One Piece and just like fodder, really. You know what I'm saying? Like look at any other character that has came out trying to say that they're this or that. I'm gonna be the Pirate King. I'm the tightest shit since sliced bread. Like whatever they fucking come out saying, and you can just tell that they don't have that it factor. And then what do we find out? X amount of chapters later, this dude just got fucking washed off the side of his boat. You know what I'm saying? And made room for characters like Kid or characters like fucking Luffy. You know, or characters like if you have that Captain Charisma, that's almost like a clear indicator that you are going to make it so far in the series. You know what I mean? Like,
and Luffy's charisma is like next level, because it goes back to like what Mihawk was talking about in Marineford, where he's like, yo, this dude somehow mysteriously has the power
to rally everyone to his
everybody to his goddamn side. What the fuck
like
is
changing
going on?
the tides of a war when it's like he's probably the 100th strongest character on the field, and that might even be generous. At that time, it's like he's nowhere near the strongest character on the field, and he is influencing the tides of the most monumental war that we've ever seen. You know, which will only be you know, succeeded by the next war. Like, you know, but like that's just huge, especially at that time, because like this next war, it's like Luffy's gonna have the physical ability to back up like his, you know, whatever, you know, all his gumption he has for this situation.
Jim, he got the striations.
He does have the striations now by the chest and shoulders.
But yeah, I mean, it's like his pure heartedness, his compassion, you know, his genuineness. It's just like everything about him makes people want to follow him or help him achieve his dream. It's just like,
I want to bring up one more thing about Luffy that's in terms of the storytelling, you know, mechanism, right? Think of any other shonen, you know what I mean? Hero, Black Clover, Asta wants to be the Wizard King or whatever. Where does he start? At the lowest level as a wizard, and he wants to be maybe a captain, you know what I mean, right? He grows up the ranks. No, Luffy started episode 1, I'm a captain of me.
I'm the tightest. I'm the tightest role,
I have a boat, it's just a fucking barrel. Like, we in here, I'm about to be the best, you know, but I'm a captain, for the record. You know
and it makes that glow up hit so much harder, knowing that like it's not really a rags to riches story, like a, you know, like a My Hero Academia or a Black Clover, you know, or a Naruto. You know what I mean? It's literally like I don't even know what the intermediary would be, but it's like, yeah, it's kind of rags to riches because you're nobody and you're by yourself, but like you've got that aura that says that you should be way ahead of the finish or the starting line as everyone else is starting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Kyra in the chat talking about Kaizuko in the chat talking about can we talk about some current Luffy?
No, he's just wondering if it's spoilers.
He's just wondering if it's he said is this anime only? Right. So like on our tangential tie-in series on YouTube, we'll take a random anime and manga related discussion topic, and that will usually be anime only for like more casual audiences. So we have like,
and if we do a spoiler, we'll do a spoiler alert.
Yeah. But on here, like this is literally the show where we can talk about current Jump stuff with our community. So fire off all spoilers.
Well, and I mean, I get what Kaizoku's getting at, because like we see Luffy's battle sense increased so much, like not just like himself, not like his own like battle IQ for him, 1v1ing.
Yes.
Oh sure,
he's always had that, but it's now he's taking steps back. I got to make sure we get the group together. We are doing the right shit.
This isn't my fight over here, so I'm going to let
that's like
these
such
people...
a Shanks thing, right? Like, this isn't our thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let them take it or whatever.
It's
like,
been 20 years.
Need to.
They're gonna attack first. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna see how it goes. Pre-time skip Luffy would have been like Giganto. You know what I'm saying? Like right away, like you'd see the fist before you saw him. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Well, shit. I mean, in certain cases, though, I mean, there was another moment here recently. Not recently. Well, yeah, it still is pretty recent. When he attacked Kaido.
Yeah.
After the mountain shit, bro. Like, that's another flex of his captaincy and his
well, and that's
highness.
you can make the argument.
Most
that
people after seeing somebody wipe out a fucking mountain would be like, oh shit, I'm out.
Yeah, we should probably bounce. Yeah.
But he's like, yo, my crew was up there.
Yeah, he thought his whole crew was decimated. Yeah, exactly. So obviously he's gonna do that, right?
Yeah.
Like definitely.
And he said, Giganto.
Elephanto gun. Yeah, but I think that is great that you bring that up, because there's a lot of people that say, well, he's clearly not changed. He's still reckless. And it's like, he really thought his whole crew was decimated. It's like, what do you expect?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. It's either you run or you fight, and Luffy ain't running ever. Never ran, never will.
Yeah.
First to set it off every time, and that's just how it is.
And if you think that he should, then I don't know how long you've been reading One Piece, but
yeah, you read the wiki, and now you're on Wano somehow.
Yeah, dude. Do you guys have? I feel like there's just so much that we could say about everybody, but we do want to get through 9 people.
Move on.
I think talking specifically about his captaincy,
that was good.
About covers.
That's a huge cover. Yeah, that was a good one. That was good.
Fuck yeah. Okay. Moving on to
Zoro,
the right hand of the pirate crew, Roronoa Zoro, the swordsman of the crew.
Yep.
Unofficial first.
All right,
name?
let's
unofficial.
move on.
Exactly what Marty. Exactly what Marty said.
Slide it in right there.
Right.
He tried to slide it in right there, like right hand.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like the thing about Zoro to me, he's my favorite character on the crew. I've been following the series, our show, or our brand for any amount of time. I'm a Zoro guy, but I feel like the reason why he was introduced, I feel like it makes so much sense that he would be the right hand, because the first thing you're probably going to want to do as a captain is, one, find someone that you can trust as a right hand, and two, someone that you can trust to defend you against your one primary weakness. You know what I mean? Like he takes his, and this is going back into like what, how the kind of person Luffy is in general, you know what I'm saying? He sees Zoro. He's like, you use 3 swords? Oh yeah, you're gonna be my you're gonna be my first guy, because
that sounds tight.
That's been stressing me the fuck out since I went on this journey. Is like, what happens if someone pokes me? Oops. You know what I mean? I fucking blew it. My dream is over. You know what I'm saying? So you find Zoro, and it's like, yes, that's the guy right there. Boom. And Zoro is down like a clown, like from day one. You know what I mean? And I just feel like that was like so well done from Oda. I don't know if Oda like designed Zoro and then you know, like put him in the role that he did, or if he went, okay, and he like kind of like went into the logic that I just said, you know what I mean? Like Luffy can't swim, so his first mate, you know, or first crew member should probably be someone who can swim and someone who can fight sharp objects, you know what I mean? So like did Oda, you know, decide that was going to be the first, you know, crew member and then design his character around what Luffy needed of him? Or did he just go, I got a badass swordsman on my fucking team or in my series, he's gonna go right here, you know what I mean?
Like everything else Oda does.
I think it's the former.
Everything Oda does, it just seems to fit too perfectly, so it's like it seems like he intended it to be that way, like next level shit.
I think as far as strictly talking about his role, you know, swordsman, we got to give it up to Zoro, because he is probably the most efficient member of the crew in executing their duties of their role, because he's doing swordsman shit 100% of the time. And whenever motherfuckers got to get cut, he cuts them.
Whenever anything needs to get cut, it gets cut, except for the birdcage, but we will revisit that.
100% efficiency.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and actually, when you think about it, Zoro really doesn't do a lot of other roles on the ship. Like, I feel like a lot of the other crewmates have
he works
kind of dual roles. Like Usopp's the artist and he's the sniper. Like,
and
you know,
the
that
inventor,
kind of stuff.
and the shipwright for a little bit, and he was really a Renaissance man on the crew.
And the helmsman before.
And the helmsman before Chopper.
Right.
Yeah.
But sticking with Zoro, I mean, he doesn't do much or whatever. He sleeps. He's like the enforcer or whatever. Like, if someone came, like, he would be the first to square up and be like, okay, this ain't gonna happen, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's the only things I wrote down, honestly, about it. I said bounty hunter, even though that's not his role anymore, you know, it's like that's what he did, you know, and it's like just fits into his character, you know. And maybe this is just me, just the bandana on the head just feels so, I don't know, like that just really feels bounty hunter-ish. And the only other thing that I really thought about for Zoro is like the hard facts distributor, I guess. I don't know. He'll tell everybody on the crew like what's really good, you know, like what's really good, you know, like
what's really good.
Like, that's what he does, you know. And so it's that is something in itself. I mean, like, that is very, very important, especially when you have a captain that doesn't do that, you know, and the captain that will, you know, let Usopp's, I don't know what word I'm going to use for it, but you know, let him slide, let Usopp slide on his fuckery, you know, where Zoro's like, no, this isn't a game. I'm not going to just let people disrespect my captain or my crew, and I don't give a fuck how dumb and stupid this guy is. And he's like grabbing his fucking face, and this guy's a fucking idiot, and he's bashing him on the head with the sword. But I ain't going to let nobody talk shit to him and nobody disrespect him, because if they do and we let it slide, that's the same as like y'all doing it to me. And if that's what our crew's worth, I'm out of here. Like, this ain't a real crew, and this isn't a game. And it's so important that somebody says those words, you know. And what was great is that Sanji knew this the whole time, was trying to kind of play like mediator, but you could tell that Sanji wanted to say those words too, but he knew that those were Zoro's words. And that's, I don't know, like that's far more important than I think a lot of people would see, like, surface level on what Zoro's really about. You know, because you're right, he sleeps, he drinks, he gets up, he cuts somebody, he goes back to sleep, he drinks. You know, and he gets lost. You know that too.
And it's funny because Seamus said he's the backup navigator. Let's be real. Funny as hell, bro. But see, like go ahead.
I was gonna say, probably a quick one. Another huge moment for me of Zoro saying words that need to be said at the beginning, not beginning, I guess, but Punk Hazard. They break into the lab or whatever, right? And Luffy's about to run off and go fuck shit up. And Zoro, like, and this is the scene that's way better in the manga than the anime or whatever, but like way better. But Zoro's like, Luffy, get your head. This is the new world. Get your head in the fucking game. And Luffy actually stops and goes like, yeah, okay. And he goes off, but Zoro set him straight ahead of time.
Zoro's usually just chilling. Zoro's got the fucking Zoro's got, you know, like, he's like chill. You know what I'm saying? He's laid back. He's like, you know, reserved. You know what I mean? He hits the gym. He drinks his booze, and he fucking takes a cat nap. You know what I mean? Like, that's his character, like, on the ship whenever shit like isn't going down. You know what I mean? And Luffy knows that like that's Zoro's character. So if Zoro is going to go, hey, I want to get to this fight over here because I'm Zoro and you're Luffy. We're both about to go in our own direction and go fucking fuck shit up. You know what I mean? It's the Zoro Luffy, show. You know what I'm saying? Like he goes, wait a minute, real quick, Luffy, it's the new world. Don't be an idiot. All right, bye. And then he fucking, you know what I mean? And then right away, Luffy is like, okay, if Zoro is going to stop when I know he wants to get to the action, to check me and go like, hey, remember where you at? You know what I'm saying? Like Luffy, like there's no more words that there's no more words that need to be there. And I feel like that's what one of the main things that makes Oda such a strong storyteller is that like I try to like think, I try to put myself in the studio sometimes, you know what I mean? I try to put myself in the creative space as closely as I can, or what I think is close, you know what I mean? I'm probably nowhere near close to it, but I'm sitting here, and I'm picturing myself as a writer, and it's like, okay, am I going to have such a strong understanding of the characters involved in my series that it's not even a question how XYZ character will respond to a certain event or certain information? Like does Oda sit there and go, Usopp just did this, Luffy's trying to let it slide, which one of the crew members is going to call Luffy out? And like he might think Zoro like right away, but like does he actually have to ask the question, or does he just go, Usopp did this, okay, now Zoro's gonna do like instantly, you know what I mean? Like and I feel like when you have such a strong understanding of your main cast that you don't have to ask yourself that question, like who should be the one to say something? No, it's this character in this situation. That I feel like that's what makes the interaction so organic, and that's what makes us feel like we really know these people. Is because of how well Oda knows them and how good he is at telling us who they are.
Definitely, and especially since Zoro is the other side of the coin to Luffy, where Luffy is going to, they're both character judges, right? Like they both have these different grading scales on people's character, and Luffy, his is so chalked up to instinct, and like he can just tell in a very small amount of time with you that you're who you say you are, or whatever. Like you're a genuine person or whatever. Where Zoro is a skeptic and will question that shit, and will like, I was given the example of Ennis, or before Ennis died, Water 7, where Robin betrays them, and it's like you get the news for Water 7 that the Straw Hats are the ones that attacked Iceberg, and so Luffy's like, no, hell no, she didn't do that. We're about to go figure this shit out. We're about to get down to the bottom of this. And Zoro's like, are you sure about that? Like, let's think about this for a second. She is wanted by the whole world. She is been shady. She's been jumping from group to group. Like, obviously, we just got her from Baroque Works. It's like, if you look at her past, like, it's not out of the realm of possibility that she actually did betray us. Whereas, Luffy's just like, no, fuck that. She's my crew member. I already decided this, and I don't give a fuck what's going on in her mind, because at the end of the day, that's not her true feelings, and something that's like Luffy's. Again, we're maybe kind of going back to Luffy's like instincts and his voice to hear all things. Like he can hear your actual soul and like what's actually going on inside of you. But you still need a Zoro on the team to say, hey, wait a second, let's critically think about people's behaviors to really chalk up if they're for sure down with us. Because like, I mean, Luffy, it's like you should never like second guess Luffy, but Luffy can be wrong, right? Like I don't know,
but like, what is it going to take to? What is it going to take to bring it out of you to question him? You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of questionable things that Luffy does, and you could tell that people are like not okay with it, and they might like in like a parody scene or like a gag scene, cuss Luffy out or beat him up and give him the bumps or whatever. But like it's never. It's like when is it ever going to be a serious scene where you're like, Luffy, no. You know what I mean? And going back to what you were saying about how like Zoro is a skeptic, and then you brought up the Water 7 situation with Robin getting taken, right? And it's like there's so much like reinforcement for that in his character in other examples and other events before that like reinforce that. It's not just we know he's skeptical because he didn't trust Robin. Like no, in Skypiea he proclaimed himself as an atheist or at least agnostic. You know what I mean? So like this is all inside of character for him, outside of just like these hard moments that you're talking about.
We're gonna make this so-called God pray to me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're so cool.
Yeah,
Chopper with
Oh
the
my
starry
God.
eyes. Yeah.
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 So one thing you can't not mention about Zoro in terms of his responsibility as first mate is obviously the Kuma fight, right?
Yes.
Where
My
Kuma's
favorite
like-
moment in the entire series.
Right, just give me the straw hat. Y'all can go.
Yeah.
Y'all can be a crew. Y'all can do
Yeah.
whatever you want. Just give me straw hat.
Yeah.
And Zoro takes it upon himself to be like, he doesn't say it obviously, but like I think it's very implied. Like I'm first mate. Like I'm responsible here. And he's like, Luffy's the man who's gonna be the pirate king.
Yeah.
Fucking let's do it. Like,
Yeah.
ooh.
And even
Kill me
before that,
first.
like even
Well, no,
before
he
that,
was
I
like-
knew this was
he
going to
was
be my
like-
favorite moment in the series when fucking Kuma like hits the Ursus shock and blows everyone away, and then like the little bit of time passes and he's walking through the rubble and he's like turning everything over looking for Luffy.
Yeah.
And you see everyone knocked out, and I'm like, damn, the crew is out of here, bro. Get away from Luffy, man. And then like right at the peak of me like gripping my fucking chair, like, oh my god, he's gonna grab it unconscious. Sheesh, sun. Right out the fucking side of
then
the
he tells
screen,
him-
bro. That shit was so
he tells him
drastic.
too, like, not only does he tell him like, yeah, Luffy's gonna be the king of the pirates, but he
Yeah.
tells him like, yo, I am gonna be the man who will be the greatest swordsman.
Yeah.
Right.
And that line of dialogue was always like really fucking cool to me because he was like, all right, you want my captain. I am not my captain. But one day I would have, if you didn't kill me right here, take me in right here, I would have been.
I will be that motherfucker.
Yeah, I exactly. I was going to, this is the head of someone who was going to become the number one greatest swordsman.
Yep.
And I was like, and he's like, so hopefully that's, compensation enough.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
That
Yeah.
was
And I
suffice,
was like,
definitely.
damn, bro, like that, like what an unexpected quote. Then Sanji comes out like, hey, check
That's
it out.
the thing. The Sanji
Yeah,
part,
he's like,
definitely.
hey, look, man, you got ambition to be a swordsman. You're on your fucking way, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are going to be that guy. You are probably the closest to, your goal than any of us. So, like, I'll sacrifice myself. And plus, I'm about to be, you know what I'm saying, the tightest fucking cook that the world has ever seen. I'm about to find all blue. So, like, if you didn't take me in right now, I would have been the world's best chef or whatever. So maybe that's good enough for you, too. He said something like that. He said, this is the guy that's
He
going
was
to...
like, I'm gonna be. He said he didn't say anything crazy, but he was like, I'm gonna be like a dangerous motherfucker too.
Oh, yeah. He didn't say his, like, role. Yeah, you're right. He just said, I would have been the person who would have caused the most trouble in the world. Or
Something
in the world
like that.
something
Yeah, like
he
he
said
was
some
like,
tight shit.
I'm gonna be yo, my head gonna be worth a lot too.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
and that's
saying?
when I always loved Sanji, and like there was a long time where like my like favorite character in the series went back and forth from Sanji to Zoro pretty often, but it was always like one above the other. You know what I'm saying? But then that moment with them where they both say take me instead, and then Zoro like kind of like looks at him. And he's like, it's not really your
This
role.
is
It's
my
not,
job.
yeah, it's not really
this
your,
is
it's
my
not
job.
really your place. And he knocks him out. That's when I was like, okay,
Yeah.
these two characters like
Snuck his ass.
actually like care about each other like deeply, despite
Yeah.
the banter or whatever, or the rivalry. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But then also at the same time, that's when I was like, okay, these characters are equal for me. You know what I mean? Like that was a moment where I was like, my top one is Zoro.
These are both
Sanji.
my guys.
Yeah, I was like, there's no point
yeah.
in me trying to put one over the other anymore. Like these are just two incredible characters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Should we?
Yeah,
Real quick,
anything else on Zoro?
Sanji already has kicked Big Mom.
Oh, yeah,
Cake
yeah.
Island. He didn't kick her actually in the face or anything. She blocked it, but he has directed a kick.
Did we say that he
her.
didn't or something? Or
No, Omega
he was
Muffin in the
Address in
chat
chat.
asked.
Yeah, address in chat, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
One last thing about Zoro.
Yes.
I appreciate that his color is green and Luffy's is red, so they're complementary colors.
Yeah, dude.
Mm.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Pretty good. It's
That's
like
so
with
cool.
Gold Roger and Silver's Rayleigh.
Yeah.
Silver and gold.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, and like, and the similarities. I mean, obviously, like this is like you could say, Oda wrote it in later, or whatever. But like the similarity between Luffy, getting Zoro on his crew, and Gold Roger asking Rayleigh. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like that's just so similar to me.
Yeah.
Very
so good.
similar because they both basically told Rayleigh told Rogers like get the fuck out of here. So I was like I'm busy, like I'm strung up here. I'm doing something for these people. Like get the fuck out of here. Yeah, definitely. Like that's definitely. I'm glad that was brought up because I remember like seeing. Man, just the Rayleigh and Roger shit always just hits so fucking hard. And it's
So
like, when you
good.
see
The
those
hat reveal.
parallels,
Yeah, the hat reveal.
Yeah.
yeah.
And here's the thing. Here, let me tell you something, man. So, like, okay, So the last thing I'll say about Zoro, and then we can move on to the next crew member, is that like what really hits for me is like when I see Zoro and Luffy's interactions, it makes me wonder if there is a literal parallel example of that exact same moment on the Roger Pirates. You know what I'm saying? Like in Fishman Island, when Luffy comes out and he fucking conquers Haki, 50,000 fishmen and knocks him out. Like everyone's like, holy shit, Luffy can do shit like that. Like everyone is starstruck basically, but Zoro is like, he better have been able to do that shit because if not, I would have had to be captain. So like that implies that like he has conquerors Haki also.
Yeah, definitely.
But also
which we
it's like
saw him have it on Shabandi already.
That was anime only actually.
Oh yeah.
That was anime only actually. But the point that I'm getting to here is like I feel like a vice captain or a right hand of the captain should be someone that like it actually makes sense to, be like a regent in case or hang out, in the place of the captain, like in the interim if Luffy is ever gone. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, sure, like look at fucking, I don't know, look at Law and Beppo, right? Is his right hand, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Guess.
Yeah, when Law is gone, like how much can you like really rely on Beppo for? Probably a lot, but like he can't go, toe to toe with the motherfucker that needs to be dealt with, probably, unless it's like Sulong Beppo or something. But like Zoro, on the other hand, if Luffy ever, was held captive, or if Luffy ever, like went missing for any amount of time, and Zoro was like, all right, well, I guess I gotta like
bail him out.
Be the guy like while he's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't like obviously like we're like okay, Luffy's stronger than Zoro, but at the same time, it's like I wouldn't be fucking worried about the crew, for any amount of time because it's like your vice captain should, I feel like, be so close to, and obviously Zoro's not a leader. I'm talking like specifically.
We're not worried
like,
about the crew because the crew's gonna do their thing.
Yeah, the crew's gonna.
He's gonna like stand up on the helm and be like, "Let's go save Luffy."
No, but it is about.
Gonna be like, all right.
Yeah, but no, but it is about taking care of the crew though, because like. When it comes down to it, if they're in if they're behind enemy lines, like someone's got to fight the big bad. You know what I'm saying? And if Luffy's not there,
he's about to ride.
Yeah. But if Luffy's not there, I would go. Zoro's got to deal with this. I mean, okay, that's what we got, and I mean, it's a lot less stressful than Usopp. You know what I mean? Or Frankie. You know what I mean? And I feel like on the Roger Pirates,
no.
I just feel like on the Roger Pirates, you know what I mean? It's like. How close are Roger and Rayleigh? You know what I mean? Obviously, we can probably think that the gap is pretty big, but have there ever been moments where you might have kind of like questioned that inside of their story, where you're like, wait a minute, is Rayleigh stronger than?
I don't believe the gap is that big.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't believe it. I personally don't believe Rayleigh and Roger's gap is that big, and I don't think Luffy and Zoro's will be that big. Like it's like. It's literally never going to be answered. Can Zoro beat Luffy, right? Like, and people have speculated at this from the beginning of the series because Zoro technically counters Luffy, right?
Yeah.
So
before Haki,
before Haki. But I don't know. Cracker cuts fucking Luffy, like it's like cuts his arm clean, boom, and almost got his shit fucking
cuts
cut
through
off.
His Haki?
Like,
I don't.
Yeah,
damn.
Fucking Cracker with the fucking sword cuts fucking Luffy's fucking full con gun.
And
cuts him right in the arm. Yeah, so it's like, I mean, Haki is only strong as your Haki, your will. So it's like anything can cut through or break through anything depending on how you are. So like at the end of the day, I mean, Zoro on paper could definitely damage Luffy very seriously, and we don't know enough about Rayleigh and Roger, right? Like it's Roger specifically. All we got is the flashback with him and Whitebeard clashing and him hitting fucking Odin across the map.
Yeah,
like, we don't really have, and he used a sword, which is way different. Obviously, Luffy does not use a sword or have a sword on him or ever will run with swords. So it's like it's so hard to like put them next to each other. But I think at the end of the day, you're going to put Luffy at 100, end of story, Luffy as 100, and Zoro's at 99. And that's just how it, to me.
Fuck yeah.
That's
Preach
how
it,
and
sing it.
Sanji will be at 96, and that's fine. And that's fine with me. Like
maybe.
That's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't be thinking Roger had two Yonko walking around.
2K stats, baby. Hell yeah.
It's not like, okay, so like when they fought in the flashback, Marco was still like relatively young. We can't be thinking he's Yonko level fighting Rayleigh, right? Like, so
Yeah.
the crew would have just gotten washed and they'd have been 2-on-1 in Whitebeard's bitch ass and he'd have been done.
How strong you put Marco on this 100 scale? You know,
No, but back in that flashback though, he was like,
He was
I feel like a teenager.
when he was young. When he was young.
Rayleigh was
Yeah.
full
Sorry,
grown
right.
seasoned.
Yeah.
Rayleigh was
Dark
floating.
King.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
But Whitebeard's crew is just so different. They're my sons, right? Like it's even though it's like obviously his first mate.
It's way bigger.
Yeah.
they
and
were all
Marco's crew-
damaged.
It's like a different style.
You know, tit for tat
it's-
fighting, you know.
It's
I
like
can't be thinking.
It's probably a traditional pirate crew style versus a Luffy / Roger pirate crew style, Shanks / pirate, pirate crew style. I'm gonna have 10 very, very, very capable people, and that's it. I might have a fleet. I might have these other ships that are running and doing their own shit, but that's not my immediate crew.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like that'll always be fun. Like Whitebeard is always like so hard to like put in any kind of box because he's like the guy. It's like I could have found Raftel, but I just didn't want to. So it's
Right.
like, how do you grade somebody like that? You know, like he's a hard spot to grade, and he was the world's strongest man. I mean, to his card on his card, or whatever at the time.
It's epithet.
So
I think the gap between Zoro and Luffy will be smaller than the gap between Rayleigh and Roger.
Yeah.
Just because, like, as far as we know, I don't think Rayleigh
That's
was
fine,
really
yeah.
like aspiring towards anything. Like Roger just kind of happened upon him and was like, "Yo, you look strong. You got a ship. Come on, let's go." And like he turned out to be that guy.
Right.
Zoro's like, "I'm gonna be the strongest swordsman in the world. I'm gonna be that dude." So like, he's probably the gap between them, I imagine, might be a little smaller than the gap between Rayleigh
we
and
should
Roger.
get more. I'm sure.
But
I mean,
it doesn't
obviously,
work if Rayleigh's like Yonko level. I just don't. That's crazy.
Yeah, Rayleigh is definitely Yonko level to me. I think so. I personally think so. Like, I just think
Or maybe
that
in his
he's old.
prime. You know what I
In
mean?
his prime,
Sonny
exactly. He's
Whitebeard's
old.
whole crew of fucking 14-year-olds when they met on the island.
But that we're
by
not talking about that.
himself.
How
The rest of
about
the
old
crew
ass?
doesn't even
How
have to
about
fight.
old ass Rayleigh not breaking a sweat against Kizaru, like
Yeah.
Right.
on Shabandi? Like,
Yeah.
how about that?
He's been drinking and gambling
That
for like
fight,
months
if
or
it
whatever,
went
Drinking and gambling.
and just like chilling. And he's just like, oh yeah, I need
For
to stop
20
an
years.
admiral.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
You're
I
saying,
see stop an
you're saying-
admiral?
Hold on. Eagle, you're saying
Yeah.
if that fight would have went on 10 more minutes, what?
Dude.
Kizaru's
Rayleigh's
not
not-
bodying
No.
fucking
No. That's a look, bro. Let me
Rayleigh's
tell you something.
not
10 minutes.
Kizaru
10
for
minutes.
multiple hours. Like,
Why not?
Like other
Because
admirals.
Rayleigh
He's
washes him in
old
5
and out
minutes.
of his
Yeah.
prime, and he said himself, like, "Yo, I can't really do it like this no more."
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that he can't do. He probably does. He probably can't perform at the level that he wants to. But that doesn't mean that he's not wildly capable all the way up until that point. You know what I mean? Like,
And this can go for a long time, so I think we should just move on.
yeah, let's move on.
because-
Yeah,
This is a great topic for another day.
Yeah, for
for
sure,
another
for sure,
day, yeah.
for sure.
We definitely should do like a, God, I hate saying power scaling in One Piece in the same sense because Twitter's gonna come for me because they're really mad about that.
Yeah.
But like, I like to, 2K. I mean, it doesn't have to be out of 100, maybe out of 1,000. Maybe that makes it a little bit better. But it's like I just love to scale people with numbers and not like necessarily power.
Straw hats are
scaling.
all Madden, bro.
all Madden.
all Madden.
Oh yeah.
But all right, so
Yeah.
who is
definitely.
who is after
Nami's
who's
fine.
next? Nami, yeah.
You
it should be
insult me with that question.
My
Knox.
bad.
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
always like forgetting.
Yeah.
Like, is it Usopp
See,
or is it
if
Nami?
you need a hint, look at my poster here. It's in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So like if
That
you
is
need,
the
You know,
correct
you
order.
know I'm getting old now. You
That's
know
the
the
correct
eyes are
order.
the first to go, they say.
or I can show you my shirt here.
There you go.
With all the kids and the numbers or whatever.
Yes,
Do I
there
Yeah.
you
have
go.
them in order?
Nami is 3.
Yes. Okay, so Nami Swan, the Navigator, the Cat Burglar.
I want to
the
say a
first
lot of
female
things about
lead.
Nami.
Well, hey, Marnie, why don't you start us off with
I
Nami?
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you got to say about
As the only
the
person who's
Navigator?
cosplayed Nami here,
Yeah.
I think you should,
How you know? How you know, bro?
because I
Looking at my
no,
bikini top right now, I might go grab that motherfucker.
Please don't.
Right
Wait,
next to my
obviously-
Klimatet.
Obviously, Marnie, there's a ton about Nami. Nami, I feel similar. Anyway, just like throw out some
Yeah.
anything you like to start with or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Navigator
Yeah, no,
role.
I mean, something that I really like about Nami is that she has the dual roles, right? She's the treasurer and the navigator. So she kind of like there's many situations. I feel like I remember one particularly like right before they go on to Water 7 where she like gives people their like allowances and like, she's doing kind of the bookkeeping and you know she's got based off of the treasure that they got on Jaya and I just thought that was a really fun role, and you know she's always been like into money, and I think like traditionally on pirate ships there were also like treasurers kind of. I can't remember what other name that they had, but like the people that would actually like dole out the resources and give people their allowances and their you know treasure. But as a navigator, like the first time I cried during One Piece, like full on sobbed, was when Nami was stabbing her Arlong tattoo. Like,
man.
that was my first One Piece crying moment, and like just her dream with being the navigator and drawing the map of the world.
Right.
It's just I love Nami so much.
Yeah, I think that's the part that's overlooked, is that she's actually a cartographer as well, and obviously she would be as a navigator, right? Like that's those kind of go hand in hand.
Similar, yeah, but they're not. They're different. They're different, but
they are different. Definitely
Mm-hmm.
similar, but it's like it really sucks that like that has been tabled like indefinitely and will probably never be talked about again. But her actual goal was to draw a map of the entire world, right? Like she's supposed to draw maps of every sea, of everything, and it's like it's so
every island they go to.
Yeah, but
Every
she's got
island
to
they go
make sure
to.
they don't get lost. She's got to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that the money's in order. She's also a meteorologist now. So
meteorologist is big too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's a huge deal when you're on the sea.
And maybe
you know what I'm
she's
saying?
always been, but now with the being a weather witch, you know, now basically with weather magic, you know, like it's now twofold at this point.
She's easily the second most important character on the crew.
I would argue she's the most important. I mean, you don't
sure,
get to Raptel if the boat doesn't get there, right?
Yeah.
I would say that the four most important roles are Nami, Chopper, Sanji, Frankie.
You think Sanji?
Man, it's so hard. Well, yeah, Sanji because he keeps everybody alive.
Yeah, no. He's the cook, but like they could eat without Sanji.
Can they? He's managing their food rations and everything. He talks about like I got X amount of food.
Yeah.
I need to do all the like
he does that.
Planning
He's got these recipes. He's got
efficiency.
everybody's nutritional balance nailed down. He's sustaining them properly to the best.
Especially when you saw
he's doing
Johnny
the damn
and
thing
Yosuke
with all the ingredients.
Yes.
Yo, and Shokugeki.
Yeah, he is definitely that guy when it comes to cooking. But like, if you didn't have the caliber of chef that Sanji was at, like he takes charge of the food rations because no one's going to check Sanji on that. Did they ever have like was there ever a moment or a scene where we were like, yo, we're eating our food too much, like what do we do? And then Sanji was like, don't worry, I'll fucking take. Like, no, he's just we did get that.
Actually.
Yes.
Okay.
Right before they found Sanji, like that was when they were sailing the boat and they ran into Baratier. But I think that like Usopp and Luffy had like raided the fridge or something, and Nami
was the cook at that time. Nami has taken up many roles, like and it's that. I mean, she's also a thief / swindler. Like she's going to like talk you into whatever she needs you to do for the crew. Like she's definitely gonna hit you with the. I mean, her charisma is different from Luffy's, where his is just like infectious. Hers is, I mean, there's definitely like a seductive part of it as well, which you know kind of gets played.
But like a calculated seductive. Exactly.
My point though that I just want to finish is that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I just want to make sure I could feel it trying to escape, and I just want to throw it out there before it does. But yeah, so like in that moment where they raided the fridge and they ate too much food and Nami got pissed and was like, we need someone to like regulate the food or whatever, and then they got Sanji. All right, cool. So like that's an example of when they never mind. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say there's another big reason at that time, because it's the first time we meet Johnny and Yosuke and they both have scurvy.
Yeah.
Because that's a very common thing that you get as a pirate because you don't get vitamin C. Right. So they like smash the limes in their mouths to, you know, make sure they get vitamin C. So like it definitely was warmed up between Syrup Island and Baratier. That this is very, very important that we get this early on in the crew.
But they like Luffy's dumb. Zoro is like, I guess, dumb too. But like they're not like kill themselves dumb. You have a moment. What I'm talking about. What I'm talking about
eating
is
a poisonous fish.
Yes, what I'm talking about though, what I mean when I say that is that like if you like Zoro and Luffy go raid the fridge, and then they ate too much food. Nami's like, you guys ate way too much food. We need someone to help us ration things. If they didn't get Sanji, like Zoro and Luffy would learn from that and go like maybe it'd be harder for Luffy. But like, if they didn't have Sanji, they'd be like, okay, we probably need to chill or we're going to die.
I mean, Nami would just buy the lock herself, you know.
Yeah.
Head, like, stop eating
Yeah,
this shit.
Eagle was
You
gonna
ain't
bring
getting
up a
no
good point.
goddamn more.
Yeah. What'd you say, Marnie?
Oh, Eagle was going to bring up that good point with when they were on their way to Whole Cake to rescue Sanji, and Luffy got hungry and ate the poisonous fish. You know,
Yeah.
he would have died if Poison Pink hadn't showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that happened. So that happened regardless of Sanji.
Luffy, no, he got saved by
wasn't
Raiju.
So you know,
They got saved by Raiju.
All right.
You know, like it's
So what? Where was Sanji at? Where was Sanji at? That's his job, ain't it?
Luffy would have died 100 times in this voyage
Yeah, I know.
between here and now without Sanji. But I mean, hey, this is why we're doing this episode is because every single character is very important, and I couldn't just rank them like that. Except for I do say that Nami is the most important.
I mean, she's got
But,
at
like,
least
I don't
the
know,
most
wasn't going, like, in order.
responsibilities.
I was just saying
She has the
those
most
four to me
responsibilities.
Are
Sure.
the most important.
Sure. I mean, Robin,
no
if you
order.
can't read the poneglyph, how do you get to Raftel? Like,
Right,
Robin
exactly.
is just as important as anybody.
That's where
Exactly.
ranking can't do ranking.
doesn't
No
work.
ranking.
Exactly.
No ranking.
The only thing is that
They're all equal.
Luffy.
Yeah.
Exactly, they are all equal,
Voice
but
of all things,
but Nami in particular has the most jobs, the most responsibility, is taking on other people's roles when she is the de facto captain. She is more of a captain than Luffy at least 80% of this story. Like
That's a good point.
It seems like, and she, the treasurer, is a huge fucking thing because it's like if you ain't got somebody doing your accounting. I mean, ask Wesley Snipes how that worked, bro. Like he's poor now. Like MC Hammer. Ask these people that ain't got their accountants on deck, bro. They spent too much money. Like exactly. Like you got to have this and like negotiator as well. Like she's gonna negotiate deals that involve money, right?
Yeah.
Like
And she got the silver tongue for that too.
Especially on Water 7 when they were only trying to give him 100 million, and she's like, no, this is worth 300 million. Give us our 300 million so we can, like you're definitely trying to swindle us on all this gold. And Luffy was just like, bet I'll take $10. I'll see you later.
Would you like a case of meat instead? Oh,
Yeah.
I would actually.
Shout out to Zoro. Ha 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 ha. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to stream, bro.
Yo.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Also,
welcome
on a
aboard.
side
Love it.
note, I
Love
just
it.
looked up the role I was thinking of, but it's called quartermaster.
What is that?
Person that
that's the treasurer?
manages.
Yeah.
It's kind of the manager.
Yeah,
of
that's
the boat.
Denjiro. Is that what they called him when Denjiro got introduced?
I don't remember if they call him quartermaster or not, but if so, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you might be right. I definitely remember hearing that word recently, quartermaster.
Now that I'm like thinking about it, I don't think that they said that in the scan or the official. I think it was something along the lines of treasury. I think it literally just said treasury or just like
Right.
I don't think it was quartermaster, but could have been cool.
That's part of the roles of the quartermaster. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, managing like
what
the
Nami
barracks and
does,
or not the barracks, but the armory, managing the armory and the resources. Yeah, exactly, resources. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just across the board.
But yeah, that I feel like I've said all I can on Nami. I feel like we're moving kind of.
to bring up
Okay, go ahead.
something that just accentuates her navigational abilities
Yes,
even
I
more
was gonna
is
say
just like
something about that, too.
her ability to like sense the weather and predict what
Yeah,
the hell's gonna happen
meteorologist.
and
Like, oh,
shit.
my knee's itching.
No, for Nami, it's more of a intuitive sense or whatever. Like
She's
got awareness.
meteorology is a science you learn. She knew meteorology instinctively before that.
Yeah.
Yes,
She can
definitely.
legit
As an
sense
8-year-old.
like, oh
Yeah.
shit, it's about to rain from that direction
Yeah.
Yep.
for this long type shit. We got to get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
And
My right shin is
that's just
sore. It's
crazy.
about to
Next
start
level. And I
downpouring.
low-key
Everyone get
think
inside.
It's going to come
that
into
was, like,
play
the
later.
entire plot of
Her
Strong World,
lineage
right?
is going to have
Exactly.
something to do with,
Exactly,
some
yeah.
weather sensing ability.
Yeah.
So
The entire
wait, can
plot
you?
of Strong World was that she was such an amazing navigator that Shiki wanted to steal her. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That was a very big movie for Nami.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
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 Definitely.
Wonder how
definitely.
many other crews navigator has been so valuable that they want to be stolen by other
That
crews.
one I bet is no one.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I bet
Can we think
Nami's
of any
legit the
other
best
navigator?
navigator. Number one.
I know
else is a
that
navigator?
Blackbeard's got a navigator.
No,
And I think-
I'm sure he does, but who is
Blackbeard's
it?
navigator, I think, is Lafitte.
Yeah, Lafitte.
Oh, Lafitte. You're right. You're right. You're right.
And I bet Basil Hawkins, his ability probably lets him navigate like with
By
the
via
tarot
fate. Yeah.
fate or whatever. Like we should just go this
Yeah.
way. Like so, it's like a hack or whatever.
Yeah.
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 Sure. Sure.
That would-
I
Yeah.
think we said Beppo, Kira.
Oh, Beppo is the navigator.
Beppo's the navigator.
Oh, Beppo is the navigator, isn't he?
Beppo
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
navigator,
That does feel right to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Love that.
I did not remember that.
Stated, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we
Just
should
look at
also
the
kinda
caliber of Nami as a navigator compared to any of the other navigators we know
Yeah.
in the series.
Beppo
It's like
And I-
ain't sense
She's
of
just a
nowhere.
god.
They're getting mopped up by a storm.
Beppo?
I mean,
Dude, animals know like
No,
when
they
it's
got a
about.
submarine.
And wait.
Yeah.
But yeah, submarine, exactly. Do you even need to know the weather when
Yeah,
you're in a
yeah,
submarine?
yeah.
Like, no, you don't need to know.
We go this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And animals
Yeah.
can just kind of feel when like the smoke is approaching. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
very true.
animals
Yep.
like have like
Yeah.
a very
Yeah,
like
that-
hair
well-
trigger, you know, like fight or flight response. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like,
Definitely.
They
I
lost
do
in
not
the
fuck with
open
this. Time to
ocean.
go. Huh?
I
What?
said, but they lost in the open ocean.
Yeah.
You write about the storms and shit, so they'll know how to get away from a storm. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Kira just said in the chat. Like, if you're in a submarine, you can't see the stars. You know what I mean? The traditional way of navigating in a ship or whatever. So like, you do have to be pretty OP to navigate in a submarine.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless they got
Actually,
sonar
that
or
was something
something,
that I was
right?
going to
You
bring
know?
up.
Yeah.
Is there any situation in which Nami uses the stars? I'm trying to remember.
I can't
Or
remember.
like
I
if
don't
Amber
think
Rose,
so.
Like her
I
weaving
really
the
don't
stars
think so.
She don't need that, man.
In
She
the
just need to
direction,
take a
because-
whiff,
She needs
grab a
level
couple
on
blades of
his.
grass, throw them in the air, lick the finger, put it out, cook it with
Unless
grease.
there are
now.
no stars in the One Piece universe.
I was literally just thinking that. Like, do we even know if there are?
Have I ever seen a
That's
star?
a big question for another day.
We got like 6 moons and no stars.
Hey, you know your mans will go crazy on this, and I don't want to. So let's.
Yeah.
I mean, well, hey, I mean, like if we're keeping
Don't
it a
forget
buck,
we're the moon
me and
guys.
Eagle are the moon guys. Okay, everyone
Get
knows
out
that.
of my podcast. Get out of my channel right now. Get out.
So does anyone have any more last thoughts about Nami before we move on
I'm
to Usopp?
The only thing that I want to say is that this was great that we contemplated other navigators. Like, it's good that we started at Nami because it's like we don't need to do first mates. Like we don't need to do Zoro and we don't need to do captains. Obviously,
I was
But,
trying
like,
to avoid the hard comparisons for both of those because they would literally be 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. for those ones. But I
Yeah.
feel like from here on out, you can, for at least some of these roles, we could, kind of talk about, who else, embodies these roles or whatever, does these roles. But
Yeah.
yes, Usopp is definitely the next on the docket, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So Usopp is cool as shit because like as a
jack of all trades.
he is a Renaissance man and like but as far as like his like actual role as sniper, it's so great how Oda really had us wondering what the fuck this dude was even doing here for like the entire series until he had a moment where he actually needed to show why he was on the crew and why he has the position that he had, and he fucking Rick scores.
There is a small moment that I can remind you of. After we leave Syrup Island and we just get Mary, we're like, man, we got cannons on this ship. Like, we should really like try to use those cannons. Yeah, we just and Usopp's like 2 degrees, 3 degrees, whatever.
Yeah. Smashes
the fucking rock from one shots that rock from
Johnny and Yosaku.
Yeah.
Yep, when we meet Johnny and Yosuke. Yep,
They were behind the island or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's just, what you guys attack us for? What the hell? I thought we were cool, like Anarchy.
Nails it. The first shot, bro.
Yeah.
Easy.
Hell yeah.
But see, like that's obviously incredible too. But like, I guess, and I honestly completely forgot about that. But I mean, like, as far as like his most standout moments that like really
it's
solidifies
Judicial
him as,
Island or Judicial Tower.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, you know what I mean. And
I will still say that's his best moment. Like that moment made me. I swear to God, like there ain't too many moments like I cry in anything. I don't know. I'm a bad person.
Yes.
My sensitivity has been killed. But like that one when Robin said Nagahana-kun and just blah blah blah. He's just whacking everybody on. But I swear to God, like I bawled like a fucking 5-year-old.
Shoot that motherfucker! We trying. Our bullets can't reach, dude.
Yeah.
Can't reach him. Yeah, like that was so.
He got analog bullets. We out here with all kinds of gunpowder. What is this man?
I mean, I would argue like that. I mean, it's not an argument, but I would say that's probably one of my top 5 moments in One Piece. Period.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
Especially when Sanji's like, you do what you can do, we do what we can do. You can't fight fucking these devil fruit users. Like we already know that. Like that's fine. We're not expecting you to. Me and Zoro got this. You get up there, do your thing, and save our girl. And
Hell yeah.
like that.
And
so,
the way that
like,
he's written as a coward and a liar and very timid
Yeah.
and you know, doesn't like he still gets like other jobs done, you know what I'm saying? But he like his performance obviously is well below the rest of the crew in regard to you know, just regular like day-to-day things inside of any kind of like conflict, regardless of where it falls on the scale. But like I feel like that's what makes his moments hit so much harder, right? Because we're not expecting anything of him, and then every time he shows out, whether there be comedy involved or not, and pretty much with his character there always is.
Planet
but I mean,
to can fuck me up.
yeah, but see, like the thing is that like Judicial Tower, like flag snipe, like there was like I remember there being like some comedy like in that moment, but like it's not the same as like God Usopp and Dressrosa. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, he's talking about he's
So
talking
good
about the
King Son.
sniping
Oh my
from the
God.
top of the tower down as they're about
Yeah,
to take
to
the-
save
No, I know,
Towards
no,
the
I
end
know
of
that.
that.
No, I know that. But I mean,
Okay,
like the
okay,
flag, the shooting the flag and shooting
Same
the,
thing, yeah.
yeah. You know what I mean? It's pretty much the same scene.
the other one was much more impressive.
Well,
It was, but
Hitting a moving flag though from a distance is tough, but like
I will
the
say
other-
that
I'm
flag
not
was
like I
badass.
was never
I
like
was just saying,
like the
they're
point was not to
equally
compare
impactful for
them.
different reasons.
Yeah,
They're
the
equally
point-
impactful
yeah.
for different reasons.
The point
Yes,
the point that
definitely.
I'm making is that like when you have those moments from Usopp, you're like, holy shit, this is hype because this dude sucks normally. You know what I'm saying? So when he does shit like that, it's like, okay, like I feel like I see his moments like more like vividly. Like when Zoro goes and fucking cuts up like 1,700 motherfuckers, it's like, okay, it's Zoro. When fucking Sanji kicks a fucking, you know, giant fish man to the fucking moon, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, that's Sanji. When fucking Frankie does Frankie shit, it's Frankie shit. You know what I'm saying? But like when Usopp does Usopp shit, you're like, Usopp's doing Usopp shit?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, hey, wait a minute.
Especially with how that worked out, because he's just like Luffy's just like Soga King, shoot that flag down. He's just like yokai. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yokai.
Like he don't even he don't even no words. Just shoot that. But that's it. Just one word. Understood, basically. Whatever. That's right.
Yeah.
He really has the most growth out of everyone.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
100%.
absolutely.
And Usopp, like, I don't know. To me, he plays the biggest role in the crew. Like,
You just said other people did.
no, I said they have some of the most important roles. I said
Okay, I get
he, outside of being a sniper, plays the biggest role in the whole crew because if not for Usopp, I feel like the story is over multiple times. He has played some of the biggest roles throughout at least 2 or 3 arcs, pivotal roles where the story literally ends if he does not accomplish what the fuck he's about to do.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure.
And it's
Sugar.
very
About-
impactful.
Sugar is a big one.
Sugar.
Obviously,
Well,
Yeah.
and I think it's just more impactful. I think is what Noxie says is because it's so few and far between when it happens. You almost
Yeah.
expect him to fail, but it's like, no, it's One Piece. Oh,
yeah.
Usopp, our man's is coming
Usopp
through,
gonna pull
but like,
through when he needs to pull
yeah,
through.
but still, at the same time, you're just like failure is like part of his resume. So it's
Yeah.
like you expect. You know, whatever. You like I was saying, like Planet to Shuriken was so huge to me. Like I really
Dude,
thought he was about
we
to, like,
were in
show
the
up.
fucking chat like,
And we like really thought something was gonna happen, and then you see him next chapter just beat the fuck up by Trey Bull, and it's like okay, I get it, like this, but it's like
yeah, can't
you
have
know,
him beat
that
Trable
was-
there.
No, but and it was just so impactful because it was during the time it was very similar to Robin's moment. It's like if I don't make this move here, like all these people are getting turned into dolls, toys. They're getting turned into toys. They're all losing their memory. Everybody Usopp had to make his move there, and he has 2 of those obviously in Dressrosa because he has the shooting the observation hockey from the whatever the rock, the big
Yeah,
plateau
against
rock.
Sugar. I already said
Yeah.
that.
Against Sugar, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And man, Usopp doesn't get enough credit, bro. Let me tell you something. This is the first dude on the crew to
The
accomplish his
Perona
goal.
thing too, low key.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Perona,
Usopp.
yeah, huge.
Yeah, Usopp was like the very first member of the Straw Hat Pirates to really accomplish his goal. He wants to be a brave warrior of the sea. I feel like he accomplished that as soon as he beat Chu. As soon as he beat Chu in Arlong Park, I feel like that's when Usopp showed bravery
but I mean-
in a warrior moment. Because well, go ahead.
Showed bravery.
He's still afraid in a lot of scenes after that.
I was going
right?
to say,
Yeah, and that's fine.
brave is
That's
the
fine.
caveat there because
Yeah,
he's never
yeah.
actually brave.
He
a warrior of the
he
sea.
is the closest. He is the closest to
No.
getting that if he hasn't already done it.
He has done. I feel like he doesn't. I mean, like, sure, he can officially be a brave warrior of the sea when he stops being so soft. But like, I feel like his brave moments fighting,
Yeah.
brave warrior of the sea, right there. And sure, you accomplished like that when something that you never thought you would ever be able to do. You did that. You reached that, point in your life. And then sure, you might have done some scaredy soft shit like after that. But like we know after he beats Chu that like he's going to do what he needs to do in the situations where he needs to get something done. Usopp is going to do it. And all of the situations where he accomplishes something that we know that he needs to do has been in brave warrior moments. You know what I mean? Shooting down the fucking flag, shooting all of the fucking Marines on the Judicial Tower, Sugar, Mr. 3 and fucking is it Mr. 3? No, it's Mr. 4.
No, Mr. 4 and Miss Merry Christmas.
Mr. 4 and Miss Merry Christmas. He got his fucking shit. He got his shit smoked, but like he was right there. You know what I'm saying? Like he was trying his hardest, and they eventually won. So
that's important. I'm glad you brought that up because definitely. Well, and his tactical battle sense is he actually has it, but it's not on a 1v1 level. He like actually was like deducing how Miss Merry Christmas was going to dive in and like what her like pattern was in the ground and whatnot. So it's like you can see. I mean, and think about too, like with the one of the pop greens, I don't remember, the one that looks like fucking piranha plant. He shoots like the piranha plant at Caesar trying to get away on Punk Hazard, and the fucking Kairoseki handcuffs come out and fucking handcuff Caesar. Like he definitely has like mad low-key moments like that. Utility, tactical sense. Like he's planned for so many things, and like especially now with like pop greens, it's like he's now a botanist.
He's a botanist.
A botanist.
That's
he's
nuts.
That's his new role as botanist. And
Montblanc Nolando.
Yes, exactly, like Nolan. Yes,
and
definitely.
I feel like
awesome.
a lot of Usopp's insecurities and like his outlook on like what he wants to be is based off of like how he views Yasopp, right? Because Yasopp is on Shanks Pirates. He's the sniper. He's cold-blooded. He's world-renowned.
But he doesn't know that. I don't think he knows that.
What do you mean?
I don't think he knows that his dad is on Shanks's crew, right? He just knows he's a pirate. I don't think he knows he's on Shanks's crew.
Oh, really?
Didn't Luffy tell him?
Yeah, I don't think he knows.
I don't
You
remember.
think he knows now?
I had assumed that he knew. If anybody in the chat wants to correct us.
No. I think you guys are right that Luffy has told him that because Luffy knows Yasopp. Yeah, definitely. And I'm pretty sure he does. He does.
Right when they met, he was like, "Oh yeah, Shanks knows your dad."
Chad is correcting me here. Yeah, Luffy told him. Luffy told him.
So my point is like I feel like a lot of Usopp's like initial like characterization and obviously his development from that point is heavily related to how he sees Yasopp, because obviously Yasopp is who he like the kind of character on the sea that he wants to be, and that's why I think that it's going to be a really fucking amazing character moment for Usopp if I have this idea that Yasopp is also a coward. You know what I mean? And that we just
even though it's never shown.
Even though it's
never ever shown.
Right, it's never shown. It's never shown.
Hilarious.
And it would be very One Piece if Yasopp was also a liar and a coward. You know what I mean? And I feel like if Usopp like saw that, like holy shit, there's my fucking dad. You know what I'm saying? That's the guy I want to fucking be. And then Yasopp does some Usopp shit in front of Usopp. Like, wait a minute.
Some fucking
hold on, wait.
Shit like
You're soft too? Oh, okay.
Well, kind of going off of what you said, Knox, though.
Yeah.
Like going off of what you said, I mean, how does the quote go? It's like the truest bravery is even in the face of fear.
Yeah.
You do the right thing, you do what needs to get done. So without showing his fear, without showing him being afraid, he wouldn't truly be the bravest, would he?
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
Unless they really show that, you can't really say like, I mean, is Luffy brave? He's just by default, you know.
Yeah. Is he brave or like reckless?
Yeah.
I know the movies aren't technically canon, but it seems like the last 4 movies kind of feel like pseudo canon, right? But this last movie, like Usopp has like the biggest fucking impact. Like he has a huge moment there.
He was a whole king in that fucking movie, bro.
And it's like that. He's gonna have moments like that in the future where it's like he knows he can't 1v1 a Yonko, but like we could see him in this arc stand up to Big Mom probably, because it probably won't be Kaido, but like we could definitely see him in a position where it's like I gotta make this move against Big Mom, and if I don't, my crew's getting wiped. And it very well could happen. And I mean, I would love it. I want to keep these incremental. I shouldn't even say incremental, because it's like if you stare down the Yonko for Usopp, it means so much more than like Frankie. Like Frankie, like I think Eagle was even saying like Frankie, it's within his character at least to be like, no, fuck all that. I'm about to shoot this bitch in her face. You know, like Frankie's more about that life than Usopp is. So like if Usopp is in this position where it's like, if Big Mom just punches me, I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna shoot her in the face with
I think they'll both make the same shot. I think they will both like still shoot Big Mom, but like obviously Frankie's just gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, and Usopp's gonna be like, it's Big Mom, should I shoot? Like he'll think about it for like 7 panels before he actually shoots, and he'll probably take damage as soon as he does. You know what I mean? But I feel like they'll both take the same shot.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think we maybe glossed over a little bit that he also invented the Cleam attack, right?
He did invent the Cleam attack.
Kaizoku in the chat's been bringing up the Cleam attack.
Yeah. And he's definitely, he's definitely part inventor. We've already talked about how he's like the de facto shipwright, like he was for Mary the whole time.
Artist. And he drew the first flag or whatever.
And not only did he draw the flag, there was when they are sailing around Punk Hazard and they get to the snowy part. Snow is coming down on the ship. Chopper and Luffy make these basic ass snowmen, and fucking Usopp makes a fucking crazy ass ice sculpture, bro, like crazy ass ice sculpture. So it's like, it's just super cool to like have those moments for him, because you know, he's never going to have the 1v1 versus an Admiral or Yonko or even like a high-ranking member.
Just another sniper at best.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, I mean, he probably go 1v1 Van Alden.
He could go crazy. He could, like, dude, I'm sure end of series,
1v1
like,
Van Alden.
Straw Hats are going to be... Yeah, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait for that.
10 miles apart.
Bro, oh my God, if that's the fight...
It's gonna be.
Yo.
And they're just literally just...
Well, Augur's got the fucking toolie, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got the fucking, like, musket with a fucking, like, ACOG on it.
Van Augur goes to, like, shoot at him once. He just, like, pops him once quick, and Usopp just, bow, and hits his bullet out of the air.
Oh, I need it.
Like, what's up?
Yeah, splits the bullet or whatever,
I need
so
it,
he's a technologist.
Yeah.
Oh, go for it. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, he for example takes the dials from Skypiea and immediately not only understands how to use them, but implements them into his slingshot, into the Cleam attack, into all this shit. He's so smart. Is he the smart? Well, Nami's probably the smartest one in the crew. But Frankie's pretty smart. There's a lot of smart people on the crew.
Technologically,
Chopper. I mean, shit.
Chopper. I would say technologically, Frankie and Usopp definitely the smartest.
For sure.
Yeah.
You're either
like
a
engineer
genius or
types.
you're an idiot. There's no in between.
Exactly.
I know all about that.
Brooke, though, I feel like he's in between.
Yeah.
But Marnie, what were you gonna say?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Forgot. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You guys got anything else you want to say about Usopp before we move on?
One more quick thing is maybe we've glossed over it a little bit, like his tactical nature. I mean, I mentioned it a little bit, but he 1v1 Luffy and hit Luffy a bunch of fucking times.
He did the damn thing, bro. He Batmaned him. He Batmaned his ass, bro.
Exactly. Usopp is Batman.
Would his tactics be that good against somebody who he didn't have like weeks to prepare a battle? Like he pretty much knew everything about Luffy.
Yeah, and he stated, he's like, I know all your weaknesses. Trust me. Like I'm about to act on them. This ain't a fake fight. Like I'm dead ass serious about this. And I'm about to use all your weaknesses against you. I know all of them. And that also like says a lot about his resolve. Like if he's going to use that against his captain, I mean, he's on his way, right? Like he's going to get there. Like he's going to get to Yasopp. And it's weird because like I remember like a Yasopp. I feel like this was no, actually I know this is filler, but they're versus Daddy Masterson. I don't know if you guys remember that name, but like
Daddy Masterson. I haven't heard that name since grade school.
No. I consider it canon because Oda himself said that it was something he would have liked to include in the manga at the time, but time constraints with the publishing company did not allow him to do so.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I still wouldn't call that canon, but I.
No, I mean,
it's like the spirit of canon, but not necessarily true canon or whatever.
Implied filler.
No. Actually, I'm capping a little bit. He said not the whole thing, but like specifically that Daddy Masterson shit with Usopp. He would have liked to include that in the canon manga.
Sure.
Dad like Masterson. A solid ass moment. Yeah, Daddy
I don't know why Dad Masterson makes it funnier. Yeah. Dad. All right.
But yeah, that moment was crazy. Like everybody was like, yo, he didn't even hit the fucking thing. And this dude was like, yo,
yes, he did.
Smacked it dead center and it didn't even move.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
Perfect
'cause it was
dive
supposed
where
to
you
fucking
split the
spin,
water
you know,
and no
when he hit
splash.
because it was like
Yeah.
one of those wind detecting things, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Usopp's that guy.
Yes. So what are we on? Sanji?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Go evil.
Yeah.
Go crazy.
Dog.
He cooks
No.
food.
No.
He's good at it.
Hell no.
Try.
Hell no.
That
Let me-
motherfucker,
let me say
motherfucker
one-
can
let me-
fish his
let me-
ass off,
Let
bro.
me say
I already
one
went
joke.
into
Let me
this
say
a
one
little
joke
bit.
before Eagle
He
does it.
specifically has stated.
Not
Go
gonna hit it.
ahead. Go ahead, Kiko.
I was just gonna say, hey, Sanji's our true swordsman, right?
Ah! Ramen Kempo
Ramen Kempo
against
bro.
Wansei on the fucking water on the sea
Hey,
train.
I won't use my hands for nothing but food, but since you're food, I can make this caveat here to my
Yeah,
rules. You know.
Yeah, that's
Like,
so fucking. That's,
That was tight. That was super tight.
just beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
Don't diminish what
So
my
good.
man does.
Oh,
for
no,
the
no, no.
crew. Don't talk
Yeah,
about
no.
he just cooks. Oh, he
I was
Hell-
joking. You know.
No. He don't just cook. He also simps. Let's give him some.
Don't act like
He's-
my
he
man
sims.
doesn't got a specific
makes sweet
motherfucking
cocktails.
regiment, diet plan, drawn up, nutritional values, optimal nutrition for everybody in the crew, muscle growth for Zoro.
I was gonna say, it's been
weight
stated
loss.
that his
Zoro
food that he's
would not be
making
as
now.
physically strong as he is now without Sanji.
All
Well,
right.
but- so no, on
He ain't getting the
Kamabaka,
optimal
no,
muscle
I'm
growth
fucking with you.
without the
Kamabaka Kingdom.
fucking food that Sanji's feeding him.
Yeah.
sure,
yeah.
okay, but on Kamabaka Kingdom, Sanji learns to increase his cooking and makes food that actually
You got the
increases
recipes,
their
yeah.
power. No,
Yeah.
it's not just they're increasing it. He's basically raising your hockey, whatever. It's so hard to like quantify it in One Piece, but he's definitely raising your just abilities, I guess.
It all
with
comes
his
down to
food.
your
That's
diet,
like-
man.
Recipes were.
Diet
They
is
were like
everything, bro.
empowering. They were like empowering recipes that the Kamabakas had that would, you know, give you either better regenerative properties if you were
Yeah.
injured, or like better muscle
Yeah.
growth properties, or whatever. Yeah, that was the recipes. He was
So-
like, I'm gonna get all these recipes so that I can do the best that I possibly can to give my crew the best nutrition I can, because that's his job is
Yeah.
as a
And-
cook.
And
Yeah.
sure, Cook is the surface level job, but his real
Yeah.
job is espionage, stealth, spy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like, that's
subterfuge,
his real job.
guile,
Yeah.
One of
stealth.
his dual roles, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Like,
He's the invisible man.
Yes.
He
Now
wouldn't-
he
he
is the
wouldn't-
invisible
He
man. That was
wouldn't have
such a huge
inherited
W.
stealth black. He wouldn't be stealth black, right? Like it's and it's so crazy that like Oda's been warming this up for 900 chapters that this is what Sanji has always wanted and who he is, and like it's amazing because I mean the Mr. Prince shit all the way starting on Little Garden, where he's basically just speaking for Mr. 3, like
Still
yeah,
one
no,
of
we
my
took care
favorite
him.
moments of
We took care of him.
foreshadowing in the series.
They're dead.
Yeah.
We killed them. They're gone. Don't worry about it. You know, Mr. Zero, all good. Mr. 3 says they're dead. I'm Mr. 3. They're dead. They're gone. They're
Yeah,
out of here.
yeah.
And it's like, he doesn't know, like Crocodile literally doesn't know that they're fucking alive until they arrive on Alabasta, and still don't even know for a good minute on Alabasta.
Yeah.
And then you got the whole Mr. Prince running around fucking, you know, making him chase him type shit, you know, had Chopper dress up in Heavy Point to look like, you know, just look like a regular human to make them chase him. Oh, that's
Yeah.
Mr. Prince. Oh, I'm Mr. Prince right here, and chase him.
Yeah.
You know, it's Sanji's been on there for the entirety of the story, and it's amazing that this thing about him has really like come to fruition like in the craziest way possible within whatever the last 100 chapters with the raid suit.
Yeah. And the Mr. Prince stuff, I was mentioning it while you were kind of like getting in your bag. I just like kind of like said it under my breath, so I'll say it again. But like Mr. Prince is probably like top 3, like my favorite top 3 foreshadowings in the series. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
That's amazing. Yeah.
it's so amazing, and it just shows like how like Oda's patience. You know what I mean? It's like you knew what this dude's story was the entire time. Gave us a subtle hint in the form of this code name that we thought was just like arbitrary, like, oh, I'm a prince because I don't know, I'm fucking Sanji, and like
Ladies.
yeah, ladies, and like you just like
Yeah.
that totally makes sense for his character to call himself a prince. And then no, you're actually a prince 900 chapters later. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, how patient do you have to be to like know that you have like an amazing addition to, you know, one of the, you know, main characters in your story. You have a major addition to his character arc, and you have to wait until the arc it makes sense to give it to us in. You know what I mean? Like, it's like 10, 15, 20 years.
We're gonna need to marry you off.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
900 chapters later, whatever.
Yeah.
800 chapters later.
Yeah.
But another thing that probably is glossed over about Sanji is he's our water specialist. I mean, until Jinbei joins the crew, but he is our water specialist. He's the one who's always diving in. Sometimes Zoro dives in, but this is before Blue Walk even.
Yeah.
Sanji dives in a lot, and it would make sense when you have very strong legs for kicking that you would be able to swim the best out of the crew. And and you know, he's done, you know, saved people a lot of times, and a lot of it's just like joke times when fucking Luffy and Chopper somehow fall in or whatever, you know. Like,
Sure.
You know, he's gonna.
But he fought a fish man in like Arlong Park or whatever underwater. That's
Bro, that
underwater.
is
huge
still
feats.
my favorite
Yes.
Sanji moment. Like when he beats Kurobi's ass, bro. Because like
On land,
you don't see
yeah.
him do anything. And then they're hyping up how much stronger the fishmen are, you know, underwater. You know, so like you have all of these stakes, like, you know, for his first performance on the crew. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't seen you do anything yet. We're not confident in your fighting capability all that much. You just got grabbed, like dragged underwater, low as fuck. The pressure's getting to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting there the whole time, like, I barely even know this dude, but I'm like biting my nails. Like, why is this tension so well written? Like, why is it, you know, like it was before I, you know, was a diehard, you know, One Piece fan or whatever, and like understood like Oda's storytelling to the point that I do now, obviously. But I was just like, oh my god, what an amazing way to introduce this character in this first fight. You know what I mean? Motun?
Have we been introduced to any other cooks on other crews?
I know we have, but I can't
honestly.
remember who it is. But I feel like we've gotten that maybe in a movie. That
Yeah, like maybe there's a captain that's also the cook
yeah.
or something. I'm trying to-
Yeah.
I think there was, Captain was the cook at the same time, but maybe that's filler.
Yeah.
It
But
does
I
sound really familiar.
It sounds super familiar.
Chat, if you know what we're talking about, please tell us or whatever for sure. I remember something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Zeph doesn't count, but
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
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 That's obvious.
Keep
That's
going,
obviously
one
one. That's obviously one.
I love that
the other one was
relationship
it?
between Zeph and Sanji.
the
It's
Charlottes,
so good.
or I mean, the twins, Chiffon and Lola. I mean, or no, Chiffon and Pudding,
No, that's
Chiffon,
Lola.
Pudding, and those three are cooked. And,
No,
and what's the main dude? Streisand.
Strusen. Isn't that the dude who like turned everything into a cake when everything was falling and crumbling?
Yeah.
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 So I think Lola, if she is the ship's cook, then, which I don't know if it's been like really confirmed. but
No,
she did-
Lola made something specific, whatever it is. It's the cake or the chocolate or the frosting. Each one of them made something specific. Like Pudding made something specific, Sanji made something specific, and Lola made something. And Lola was needed to make something specific, and that's why Oven didn't kill her, right? Like Oven was gonna kill her.
Yeah.
And we needed her. And now that I want to say,
Well, no.
Oh,
She
go
had
ahead.
already made the Oven wanted to kill her, but Sanji flexed on his ass and Lightspeed
Kicked him down
in
the
his
block,
fucking
too.
Jaw.
But
And
no.
Oven Still does not know who kicked him to this day. I just want to say that.
but no, even well before that, Oven had Lola in his custody. I'm pretty confident. And
No,
was
well,
like-
he grabbed her and hemmed her up, and was about to.
Yeah,
fuck
and
her
Charlotte's
up,
like,
but then
no, we need her
Sanji
to.
blitzed in, bow, kicked him right in his shit, grabbed
you're right.
her, flash stepped out.
Yeah. I think that's right.
Yeah. But not. It wouldn't be Lola. It'd be Chiffon. I think I was saying Lola.
Chiffon, yeah.
You were
Oh,
saying
yeah,
Lola,
I was legit
Chiffon.
like, are we really talking about Lola? Like, really, Lola? Do I have that bad a memory? Like, I don't remember this at all.
Yeah,
Well, I-
Chiffon.
Is Lola
I-
on whole cake?
Yeah,
No, never. Yeah, no. Yeah. And
They're twins.
yeah, close enough.
but yeah, obviously Baratier people, they don't count, you know. But yeah,
Yeah.
we've seen some cooks, but yeah.
Yeah,
Not
man.
anybody too major, but I think that's pretty much all I got for Sanji.
Yeah.
I feel like I wanted to say something and forgot, but if I remember, then I'll just sneak in. I'll sneak it in and be like, hey,
Sure.
But Sanji though. Yeah, absolutely. Before we go into the next crewmate, we're gonna take a brief
That's a
intermission.
halfway
Yeah.
point.
We're gonna take a brief
definitely.
intermission here. Give us about like 2 to 5 minutes, and we'll be right back for you. I'm just gonna go replenish drinks, run to the laboratory, things like that. But yeah, we'll be right back, you guys. We will. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. This has been an incredible conversation.
This is fun as hell.
Every
Let's
single
keep this
time.
going.
One shots is always
It's gonna be a late
cracking.
night, I think.
Yeah, this is probably going to be a late night, even though we are
Lit.
kind of like halfway through. But like, thank you guys so much for pulling up to the chat, following, subscribing, everything. You guys are fucking incredible.
Nice.
And so
Be
glad
back
that we
in a
have a show like this now to hang out with you guys on. But yeah,
Definitely.
but yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back. This episode is brought to you by the Project Manga Patreon, the best way for viewers to support the project and allow us a means to keep providing new and quality content to our subscribers. Go to patreon.com/projectmanga and find out more about the perks we have available to patrons, including early access to all of our content and exclusive videos like behind the scenes footage and additional manga reviews. That's patreon.com/projectmanga. All right, and welcome back. Thank you for your patience. We are now cups full. Oh, and ready to get back into the discussion. Okay, so yeah, Chopper, right?
Correct.
Yes.
We are on the youngest crew member.
Dude, before we even get into the conversation with Chopper, I just want to say, like, I am so upset with the One Piece community online for shitting on Chopper.
Chopper hate, bro.
The Chopper hate is so gross. Like since the time.
What, like recently?
Twitter.
I mean, like just
Twitter
like
hates Chopper.
it's Twitter and Facebook and it's Instagram too. Like no one really seems to like Chopper.
So everyone. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
no one really seems to like Chopper. I mean, maybe Tumblr's got a thing for him, but like everywhere else, you never know. I'm not really on Tumblr, but just based off of like what I've seen on like social media, like since we started this thing, it feels like I can remember so many times where I just saw like unmitigated Chopper slander on the timeline somewhere.
Sorry, his
like,
bounty's 100 belly. Fuck you. Like,
yeah,
sorry.
and it's just like
That's funny.
Like,
That's hilarious.
What
I
did
love
he?
it.
What is he?
Yeah.
He hasn't done
Right,
shit
it's
since the
funny.
time skip.
That's
Yeah,
Oda-esque.
Yeah.
Perfect
Yes.
Oda right
yeah,
there.
they're like
Definitely.
he hasn't done shit since the time skip, and it's like, I mean, like he's
not
not
true.
really a fighter. I mean, like yeah, okay, so Oda took away Arm Point and like took away like the Kokite Rosio Mattel, which was his tightest fucking like the one.
He
of the
didn't
tightest.
take it away. He just doesn't do it. He
Like,
can still
well, that's
do
what I mean.
it.
That's what I mean. Like
Kung
he
Fu
doesn't
Point
like we
goes
haven't
hard.
seen Arm Point since the time skip.
He
you know what I'm
has
saying?
Monster Point
Yeah.
vanilla now. He doesn't
Yeah,
even
that's
need
right.
a Rumble Ball for Monster Point, right? So like,
yeah, that's cool. I'm just saying
that's
like
fucking awesome.
He
I know,
doesn't need a
no, that
he
that
still
is
needs a Rumble
awesome.
Ball, but he doesn't.
Still needs
He
a
still
Rumble
needs a
Ball.
Rumble
He doesn't
Ball.
go berserk.
But he
He
just
doesn't
yeah.
go berserk though.
Exactly.
But like
That's
my
huge.
Well, like my
Well, and
point is
before
that
you
like
even
when
say
he
all
had
that-
Arm Point and when he was using Kokite Cross, he was more of a combatant back then. You know what I mean? Like, and sure, we're in a different like stage of the
'Cause he
story
had
now.
to be.
He had
Yeah,
to be. We're in a different stage of the story now. I mean, that doesn't mean that like if Oda wanted him to fight, he wouldn't just make him fight. But like, it's honing in on his role. You know what I'm saying? Blood transfusion, gigantification, fucking like all types of other really small shit. You know what I mean? That are still wildly important. You know what I mean for his character, if not the story itself. You know that he has like peppered in, you know, in between all of these like obviously good moments. And it's like
Well,
if you
and
forget
it's-
the subtle moments, fine. But like you're forgetting the blood transfusion and you're forgetting the role that he played in Punk Hazard, just so you can say he hasn't done shit, you know, since the time skip. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you reading?
Right.
Well, as long as we're
Yeah.
as long as we're along these lines,
Yeah.
as far as being a doctor and like expanding his medical knowledge, like
Yeah.
he has been A1. And
A1.
like there's as
A1
far as I'm
sticks up.
concerned, with the evidence we have, there's no evidence to say that Chopper is not currently, as far as we know, the number one best doctor in the world of One Piece.
Yeah.
Right. You could argue law because of his fruit.
No,
but-
Law's a better
say-
surgeon. Law's a
Right,
better
surgeon. Yes.
And Marco.
has
and both of their
admitted,
fruits.
No, Law is a better surgeon. He has admitted that Chopper has better medical knowledge than him.
But not Marco.
Yeah.
Well, Marco's never
He
seen
didn't
him
learn
at work.
from Kureha.
Yeah.
Chopper learned everything that Kureha knew, who is canonically stated to be the number one doctor in the country that is also canonically stated to have the best doctors in the world.
Doctors in the world.
Yeah.
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 Definitely.
And he has expanded even more on his medical knowledge past shit that she knew in the New World over the time skip.
Mhm.
I want to comment a little bit on that.
Currently the best doctor in the world, as far as we
Right.
know.
I want to comment a little bit about his post time skip, or rather his just before time skip, the during the time skip growth or whatever.
Yeah.
Like say for example, and this is like a total tangent or whatever, but like say there's a manga called Jin, right? Where this doctor, a seinen manga, where this doctor from modern Japan gets time travel back into Edo period Japan, right? One of the biggest themes and plot conflicts in that manga is Eastern medicine versus Western medicine, right? Dr. Kureha is Western medicine, traditional surgery, vaccines, that sort of stuff. What he learned in the time skip was herbal medicine, aka Eastern medicine. That's a huge point in terms of the Japanese person, right? Like they're right next to China. China's huge into Eastern medicine. I'm sure Japan is huge into Eastern medicine, but like Chopper now knows both. They've never like said it because there's no East and West, medicine systems in One Piece.
That's not a concept that exists really in the world of it.
But I think Japanese and Chinese and probably all Asian, readers would pick up on this, difference or whatever. You know what I mean? So like he has basically synthesized all medicine in himself or whatever. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
He's a chemist, right? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta be, right? And he knows all these different plants and whatever. Just basically knows every substance in the world. Like it seems like, and I can think back to way back to Little Garden and Nami gets stung, and he's like, "This is Kestia, and this is like a disease that has been eradicated for a long fucking time, right? Like,
right.
And he's talking about it like, I don't even know how the fuck you got this, basically. And well, we just came from a prehistoric island. That's how I got it, Yeah. So it's just crazy that like his medical knowledge is that vast that he knows like ancient, whatever diseases that have been eradicated. There's so much that Chopper is going to do in the future that we haven't got to see him do yet.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, like, another role he has on the team is Kaiju, right? Like, that's his role.
Yeah.
Like, I turn into a big monster and fucking do stuff. Like,
all
he
the
tried to
AoE
tackle Big Mom.
stompy damage.
When they thought Big Mom was going to wipe the fleet out, he rumble balled, turned into Monster Point, and tried to grab and tackle her ass into the sea and kill himself and Big Mom and take her
That's
out.
That's like the second time
like,
he's tried to do that too. He's been ready to kill himself for the crew like twice.
Yeah.
In Skypiea even too.
Kumadori too.
Yeah.
No, against Kumadori. That's the first time
and
he does
Kumadori.
Monster Point too.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's nothing else I can do, and I apologize, like Doctorine, I apologize, whatever. Like he definitely was like, I gotta do this. There's just I know you told me I can never do this again, but I have to do it. Like and obviously Enies Lobby is goated for so many reasons, but him just like busting out the wall with Kumadori like in his head and throws Kumadori like across the whole map, and he just lands randomly in the city where the Marines are just sitting there like, this is CP. This is Kumadori. Like, how did he get here?
And even before that, he beat the fucking shit out of him, like, and forced him into the Seme Kikon because he fucking Kokate crossed him. So he had to he had to fucking like regulate all of the food that he just ate out of the refrigerator, so he can go into that, into that slimmer,
that paper-like,
probably stronger form. Yeah, like we still need more information on Seme Kikon, in my opinion, inside the series. But
the fucking noise that Chopper makes when he goes into Monster Point that first time, like chills,
big chills. Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, just chills. You know what I mean? Like this little boy turning into that. Ooh.
Yeah, and it's easy amidst all of the chaos in the series, and considering it's a battle manga and there are some, like roles on the crew, everyone's fighting, but like there are only a couple actual fighter class roles on the crew. You know what I'm saying? So when you have a battle shonen, that's a huge adventure, a huge fantasy tale where there's a million conflicts all over the place and people need to start doing like really flashy things all of a sudden, it's easy to forget, I feel like, that all of these characters on this crew like are the best at what they do in the, in the series. And if they're not the best at any like point in time that you think about that, they will be. And like you still have more information about their profession and how capable they are inside of it than like anyone else because they get the most screen time. So even if they're not like, decidedly if Chopper's not, officially the best doctor in the fucking series, it's like we've seen him do more doctor shit than anybody else. We trust his we trust his skill, for his job or for his class or for his role.
And his is skill science based versus Marco is hand wavy. I'm gonna put blue flames on you and you're healed. It's far more impactful when you get all this backstory and all this prep for him to be who he is.
But I mean, it is Marco is technically hand wavy, but at least it makes sense for the lore.
Exactly, it makes plenty sense. Yeah, it makes all the sense in the world.
For sure.
Doesn't mean it's not hand wavy, but it definitely makes all the sense in the world.
A doctor? You know what I mean?
He is. That's his.
I know he is a doctor, but he has magic that heals people.
He wears glasses.
Does he have the medical knowledge,
healer
or does he?
a cleric.
Healer, cleric. Yeah. And he probably knows a good amount of first aid and maybe even surgery, but doctor, I don't know.
Right.
Maybe.
Eagle, you were gonna say something, Eagle?
Yeah,
well,
Eagle.
He was actually in charge of the Whitebeard situation, right? So he knows the Western medicine side of things.
Oh, sure. IVs.
Had him hooked up.
Yep. Good point.
Cute little nurse outfits,
Yeah. Marnie, how do you feel about Chopper? How do you feel about the doctor job? Yeah.
Yeah, I really love Chopper. He's one of my favorites. I like his silent strength more.
Yes.
Where he can really come out when he needs to, but he's always in the background, making sure everyone's okay. I like the huge symbolic roles that he's played, like you brought up with the blood transfusion.
Yeah.
And actually, I wanted to bring up a point about the Rumble Balls. I'm kind of surprised that Rumble Balls and Chopper haven't been brought up more in Wano.
I'm so surprised.
I was thoroughly convinced that was going to be a big plot point in Wano, was that they were going to try to capture him to get his recipe for the Rumble Balls, because it's an army of zone users.
Right.
Why wouldn't they want Rumble Balls? Magic power pills.
They just don't know.
I'm kind of surprised that hasn't even been brought up.
If somebody high up, exactly. I don't think they know yet. If somebody high up sees him use one, they're probably going to be like,
so we could still get this. Yeah, we could still get this.
Right.
It's even more so than the Rumble Ball, because it's he has 7 transformations, right? He has all these transformations that no other zone user has.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. You got hybrid, full animal form, and regular human form. And, Chopper's full regular form is deer, obviously, because he's a deer. And then he's got his human form, which is, heavy
Brain point, I thought.
And then, no, Brain Point is his hybrid form. Which I don't know how that really makes that much sense, but whatever. We don't need.
He's very special.
Looks more like a guy in Heavy Point. He's got opposable thumbs.
That's when he was Bigfoot, right? That's basically what Drum Island thought he was Bigfoot, basically.
Or the Yeti.
A Sasquatch or whatever. Yeti, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's he's definitely
someone in the chat mentioned, if you remember, Chopper healed Queen's virus.
Yeah.
That's
right. That's what I was trying to remember when I was listing off his his accomplishments.
Yeah. But and that's a huge feat, because it's not there's a bunch of people with this virus, I better fix it, and some are dying or whatever. Whatever. No, Luffy's got the virus. He's gonna literally die. I'm gonna cure it within the time period of when you would die. That's a huge feat.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Queen is actively developing new strains of viruses and shit. That's his thing.
Right.
It's not a virus that's even anybody has ever had before, as far as we know. And he's just that's all right. This is what we do. This is how you're good. Bow.
Yeah.
And it's a funny parallel that Chopper gets shit on social media, and Queen gets shit on within the story, but it's if you're coming out with bioweapons, I feel like you're a little bit more fucking valuable than people. Yeah, you're a big fucking deal. Biochemical fucking war, bio warfare is some serious shit. So it's whatever, man. Queen, he's. I really hope he just gets to really show out, but obviously Chopper, I almost wanted Chopper and Queen to and only Chopper could deal with him in Monster Point for a little. Obviously, Chopper can't 1v1 Queen, right? That's never going to happen. But I really wanted them to have.
My guy.
All right, well, hey, if it happens,
brings
it happens.
Back the Kokite Cross in Monster Point.
No,
that'd be
then what?
Kenny he has opposable thumbs and fingers and shit.
You're right.
I know we brought up the team fight aspect.
Yes.
It could be Chopper versus Queen with some help.
Yeah.
But Schnooty in the chat says, I wonder if Chopper will ever use the Rumble Ball in Monster Point. Wasn't it stated if he eats
he has
two in
to
a row,
he has to.
there will be problems?
Three in a row.
But
Right, because
like
he has to
more.
Oh, three.
Yeah, and then he wants to. Snooty's asking if he's going to eat another.
If he'll
one
like
after
take it,
reaching
go Monster Point.
Right.
Yeah.
So pre time skip, he said that would kill him or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
If he took too many.
if he takes 3, he'll kill himself. Yeah.
But like post time skip, maybe he now has an immunity, a higher immunity
tolerance,
and now he can take a third or a fourth or whatever.
Yeah.
Sure.
And
What
go
would that
for
really
it.
mean though? It's like if
Neo
if I
Monster
take-
Point, like a Digimon transformation. He just
yeah,
morphs a machine.
he's
Minigun
Metal
grows
War
out of his
Chopper
arm.
Mon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chopper man.
Metal War Chopper.
We had that.
Let's go.
We had that fill already. Choppa man.
Metal War Chopper man.
That Superman like thing. Where we
Artists.
Yeah, that
Artists.
filler was bullshit.
Any artists in the chat? Any artists in the audience?
Yeah,
Please
draw
draw
super
Metal War
fucking
Choppermon. Please.
Yo, facts.
Please
that
draw
would be
that.
dope.
Hey, hey, let me add this on top of it. Metal War Choppermon in Sulong.
No,
Doesn't even make sense.
No,
Doesn't even make sense.
Hey,
That's
you wanna
going too
know what?
far. It's
I'm
going crazy.
sketching it.
Sorry, Onion
it's
Knight.
going in the sketchbook.
Sacred albino deer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Arceus from Pokemon. I don't know if any of y'all are.
Is that the-
basically
that's-
the god of Pokemon is a
yeah,
deer?
yeah.
No, the god of Pokemon is a deer. Yeah.
I know Arceus. I remember that. I'm still hip.
Oh yeah, sure.
Other people in the chat are also saying like, can he just go monster form without a rumble ball now? Like, do we
Yeah,
really
I thought it
remember?
was without a rumble
I-
ball.
no, I think he
was
still
pretty
needs
sure
it.
was
He has to-
without one.
He still eats a rumble ball only for Monster Point, but he can keep his awareness. His consciousness is fully intact. But he still has to eat a rumble ball only for Monster Point. I'm pretty confident.
I don't know. I think maybe that's one of his 7 now because
Yeah,
I think he actually did give up Arm Point for Kung Fu Point and he gave up another one for Monster Point.
I don't know if we
I'm
have
pretty
dialogue like confirming that. Like, did Chopper ever say like I traded
He
in
said,
Arm
like,
Point
yeah,
for
I think he said
Kung Fu
something about
Point?
it.
Yeah. Okay.
He did
Okay.
say like, yeah, I
Yeah.
got these points now.
Oh, okay. He
Wait,
only
so
needs-
but no, I think
what point
Kiko is
would a-
right though because he
But
doesn't
what point
need.
would a rumble ball serve ever again? Then why would he ever need one ever again? If he can turn into Monster Point for free, then why
Yeah.
does he even?
That's where Schnooty's point makes a lot of sense. Like now it could do more than Monster
Yes,
Point.
yes, because I think you were right though, Kiko, when you said that he can transform into everything but Monster Point, and he needs a Rumble Ball to do that. How
Yes,
the fuck did
that's what
that
it is.
happen?
Because he needed Rumble Ball to turn into all 7 transformations. He only
Yeah.
could use the 3 on base form and had to eat the Rumble Ball to transform into.
That's right.
And he had to eat.
Wiki-
and he had to eat.
I'm reading the wiki right now. The wiki does say it is the only form he needs a rumble ball for.
Right.
But he
Yeah,
can
exactly. It
keep
has to
control
be.
of himself.
So how does he
It has to be
transform
3
beyond
minutes. He
the
has 3
3?
minutes.
How does he transform beyond the 3 without a Rumble Ball? Just because
He
he's
doesn't
used
need
to
it. That is stated. That is
Okay.
stated. That
He
I
has-
figured out
now
to
he has
master
the
all these
ability to do it.
transformations. Yes, he mastered
anybody
all of them on
can
his
fucking do it.
well, you probably have to fuck with your DNA or something because
Yeah.
he's been taking these fucking, whatever. He's been taking rumble balls for some period of time.
Yeah.
He obviously he's experimented with them long before he's ever joined in with the crew because when he took 2, he had to take 2 at one time for Monster Point. He had
Yeah.
to take 2 back to back in order to go to Monster Point. And so, like, if he was taking 1, just to get these 7 transformations out, obviously he was doing all this experimentation beforehand. And you got to have some. He can't just turn into Monster Point. Like that's just too much at this point of the story. Like it wouldn't make sense given the narrative behind Rumble Ball prior to the time skip. Like he has to have, and 3 minutes is a good caveat too. Like that's
Kung Fu Monster
plenty of
Point
time.
coming soon. He just turns into Bruce Lee.
I mean, but he's a fat, big head, weird beaver looking thing for Kung Fu Point. I just hate Kung Fu Point. I'm sorry, but
I was so hype on Kung Fu
is
Point
raw.
when I first saw it, and then I'm like, oh man, this is like really underused. I was like really sad about it.
Nothing's better than
Kiko.
Arm Point. I agree with
turns
Noxie.
into
And
a bear.
okay,
Yeah.
yes.
Huh?
Yeah, well, so why?
Wait, what?
Is there a reason why?
He turns into a little barrel flipping around,
Yeah.
kicking you in the head and shit. That
Yeah, I mean,
shit's
it's
hilarious.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, I
yeah,
thought
it's
there
fine.
was something else. Fun.
So, does anyone have any more points about Chopper's jobs or
Yeah.
roles on the crew? As much as I love Chopper, we do have
Also
more
a
crew members.
botanist / chemist / scientist,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you just
Yep.
that's boom.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yo,
was
in
lying poster,
fucking
he's the pet.
or
50 belly and then
or
100
like
belly.
in Punk Hazard, I don't think I'm capping here, but like in Punk Hazard, doesn't he like talk to Caesar Clown? Or no, he interacts somehow with Caesar Clown's notes
he
or
does.
research or something, and like but he's a scientist, right? Like he also he can keep up with what Caesar Clown is like researching or whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yes.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Which was huge for that arc, obviously.
Yes, 100%. Chopper's super relevant post time skip. I don't know
For
what
sure,
the fuck
for
he's
sure.
talking about. Reread the story. All 1,000 chapters. Reread them immediately.
All 1,000 chapters. Reread.
I'm due for a reread. I've been making a couple of mistakes here and there. It's been a long time since I've read it, so I mean, I read it like 4 times, but like it's been several years since I read it the last time.
Yeah,
it's funny because it's like I said to myself, I want to reread just the New World, and I said, no, I feel like I could read the Paradise Old World too.
You'll just fly through East Blue.
Doesn't mean I just read the whole thing all over again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yes. Okay. So now we're on
Robin.
Robin.
Fuck yeah. So this was like when Robin came out, it stated what her role was. This was easily at this point in time the single most interesting aspect of One Piece's story to me. Is the story of Ohara, the job of archaeologist, the
best backstory to me. Personally, the best backstory,
and just like the importance of her role. Not just like on this crew, but for the world. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and I was just like blown away by like just this classification, this specialty that she had, you know what I mean? And it's handled so well because, you know, everyone has to be the number one at what they do on Luffy's crew. And you need Ohara to be wiped out for that to take, because anybody can just read the books you need to read. You know what I mean?
That's not true.
Or learn the language. You got to learn the language.
Well,
but
she passed the archaeology test when she was 8 years old.
That's
the
a
only
big deal.
person, the only 2 people that were more had higher expertise than her was her mother and Clover. Those are the only 2 people that have higher expertise than her. And Robin, you can't overstate this. You just really can't. She's the only person on the planet that can read the poneglyphs. Now, with Odin dead, and Odin did not pass that knowledge on to Momonosuke or Hiyori, unless Hiyori knows how. I guess that'd be the only person, because this is something that's passed down within the Kozuki clan. They're the only people that can read the poneglyphs, other than and that's just another like it's a feat for the Oharan people that they did not know how to read this shit, and they deciphered it and learned the language. They were not taught. This was not passed down. This wasn't something that they
decoded it.
They decoded it. Yes, exactly. And it's like,
that's a big
my
deal.
favorite panel that I put all the time is the fucking One Piece Earth with all the fucking moons, and then the moon that has another moon.
Yeah, the one that I always use when I'm talking about, you know, One Piece moon.
Yeah. Shut up and get out of my shit. Get out of my channel. I'm tired of you.
See you later.
We're not talking about moons. Yeah, we
Hey, you know, me and Eagle be deliberating, bro. We got a separate group chat. It's a whole thing.
Get out of my. No.
But
all right. So anyway.
Though Kaizoku has a good point in the chat. Oh, sorry, Marty. Go for it.
Oh, I said, do we need to have a moon one shot? You know, talk about the Suki no Mi or something?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
I'd be down for that.
So what I was mentioning was that Kaizoku in the chat mentioned that Yamato might have Odin's notes about poneglyphs or whatever. So like there may be some way to further this knowledge.
If he does, he should be killed, right? Like, I feel like he's going to die. Like,
you don't want to invalidate Robin, right?
Well, not only that.
No, it's just so that dangerous.
You're such an important bargaining chip, or such an important piece within this world that shit. Like, if that comes to come to light, that Yamato can actually decipher these poneglyphs, Big Mom and Kaido are instantly going to turn on each other and fight each other over Yamato, especially with all the speculation that Yamato is actually Big Mom's to begin with.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I think that he's the son of Big Mom and Kaido, like, for sure.
Exactly right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So it's like, who's going to win the war between them? But then there's Pudding, who has the third eye ability, which maybe.
Yeah, Pudding.
She could just steal the knowledge from somebody to read the poneglyph, maybe. I don't know. Can
I think the thing with her was that not her devil's fruit, but her third eye.
Yeah.
Like with pudding.
Oh,
Like,
Seamus in the
her
chat
tribe
also
being
mentioned
able
that.
To like, yeah, with her third eye being able to like read hidden text or
Yeah.
whatever. But that's basically the entire reason that Big Mom had her as a baby. Was
Right.
How many races are in this show?
Seamus
A
mentioned
gang.
the third-eyed clan.
Third-eyed race.
The three-eyed
It's
clan.
its own clan race.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Just a bunch of hippies
Yeah.
smoking peyote and eating mushrooms.
Zanella,
Sign me up.
Zanella
Reading funny glyphs.
mentioned, I feel like the book might get destroyed if it does have notes on how to like write or
journal.
read poneglyphs. in
Yeah.
there. Do you guys
Yeah,
think it
yeah,
would be corny if there was a moment similar to Enies Lobby where, in something similar to what
Siding.
Frankie did, Yamato says, "Look, he's got somebody who can read these joints.
Yeah.
fresh fire.
I know he's about to fucking do this thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm about to just throw these in the fire real quick, and nobody can ever read this shit again except
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
And he's the
Right.
only one that can do it because I know goddamn well he's gonna.
I don't think it's corny. I don't think it's
I'm
corny.
sure Yamato's already memorized it as well. I mean,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's in the same position as Frankie is in. It doesn't
Right.
matter if you burn the blueprints. Frankie can still build Pluton from his mind. And obviously, there's been speculation that Sunny is already Pluton at this
Yeah.
point. So,
Yeah.
like, it's
Inspired by it.
very possible. Yeah, like if Yamato really does, if he knows that how to decipher poneglyphs, he's going to die.
Yeah.
I would put all my money on it.
And to answer Evil's question, I don't think it would be corny if that plot device was like removed like organically. Obviously, the execution has to be there, but like if I mean, you know, like look at other stories that have like removed, you know, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for here? Inconvenient plot points that would like kind of like
Puzzles.
ruin.
The only
You know,
reason I said
things-
corny is just because of how similar it would be to the Frankie thing.
Oh,
yeah,
right,
corny
right,
probably
right,
not the right word, but I know what you mean.
I mean, like, there's so many
reuse-
parallels between pre-time skip and post-time skip that this
Yeah.
this would just be the post-time skip throwback to the pre-time skip moment of Frankie. I think it would
Yeah.
make perfect
Yeah.
sense with how
Yeah,
One
yeah.
Piece has gone so far
Good
post-time
point.
skip.
Love
Great
that.
point. Great point.
Yes, that's
Definitely.
great. Yeah, great
Definitely.
point.
Great,
Yeah.
great point. Definitely.
Yeah, man.
Well, okay, there's like a million things to talk about with Robin. So
Yeah,
So,
there's some other things. Yeah,
Archaeology
definitely.
as a job is like something that like no other pirate crew can really have because
I thought that
like-
was so creative. Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like no one else can do what she does. So like as far as her role goes, there's no
and that's
doubt
the
about
point-
it that she's the tightest one.
And
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
the
well,
point of
just 'cause it's
Skypiea
not-
too, right?
Yeah.
Like
It's
Skypia's
not like a
whole
role-
point.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, like Skypia's whole point, like, is because it's like this is the first arc we have Robin on the team, right? And this is so history rich with Jaya, and the knock upstream shooting Skypiea up and having all this historical value, and that obviously Robin finding a poneglyph on Skypiea. Nobody else other than Roger's crew has seen that poneglyph, I assume, right? In this, because
Yeah.
nobody else is. Oh, a Rouge maybe, but I doubt he can read it. That's
And
the only
even
other
Nolan too.
person we know.
Yeah, like even
Blackbeard
Nolan
yeah.
too
went
is
up
like
to Skypiea.
archaeologists like separate myth from fact in their research. And
Yeah.
in what
oh,
they
sure,
find.
sure,
You know
sure.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
when you
Revealing
have
the truth about the past. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So another huge point for me with Robin is that we've said Sanji is a spy. Robin is literally
Is also.
a spy. Literally has worked with the Revolutionary Army.
Yes.
Literally has
clones.
gone on covert missions. Clones.
Hana, no clone.
Is able to put eyes and ears
everywhere.
sprout them anywhere she wants. Like she is like super legit spy, and I'm pretty sure it's been a while since I've seen Stampede. Didn't Sanji and Robin go together in Stampede on a spy type mission or
Yes,
whatever?
they did. They did.
She is so much the second spy, and obviously Nami a little bit as a spy with the Kunoichi or whatever,
Yeah.
stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
But like she's
Cat
super
burglar.
spy.
Cat burglar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
all different types of spies because
Yeah.
like Robin is like an intelligence officer, right? Like she's gaining all this intelligence where it's like
Yeah.
Sanji's doing the same thing, but he's doing it more offensively, right?
Yeah.
Like I mean he's going to use it offensively where Robin is strictly doing it for knowledge to gain it for the
Intel,
crew. I'm about to intel, I'm about to put everybody up on all the info that you need. I'm getting all this out to you so we can all be as efficient as we possibly can. And then Nami is doing it for like gain, right? Like for the crew's gain, because she's gonna steal, she's gonna whatever, use whatever seductive methods she might use or whatever she uses to get to get to the end goal of whatever it needs to be.
Yeah.
And it's really amazing to have at least Sanji and Robin with two. They're doing the same thing but doing it differently in ways that are really both very impactful and very important.
Yeah.
And it really reigns true with the fact that, like, I mean, you know, you can definitely a man and a woman will be in different positions, like, and whether they're supposed to be or not, like with you know, your perception, it's like, okay, you might tell a woman something that you wouldn't tell a man, you know, and maybe that's not right of you to treat them differently, but it's just kind of how it's going to happen subtly in your mind. And it's like, I feel like, especially with Robin being a geisha, it's like she's now in this situation that Sanji could never be in this situation, right? Like, only she could be in this situation. She can
go places he can't. He can go places she
exactly.
can't. Yeah. Yeah. What's up?
Is the stream good?
Yeah.
The stream's good for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have the same errors before. My bad.
Oh, you do? Oh, I don't see it.
Okay, yeah. I'll just refresh.
Yeah. Good.
Sure.
Good.
Well, and also with like Robin's expansive cultural knowledge, she's able to blend into crowds really well, and she's able to, like,
wow,
you know, she can hear like a little phrase every once in a while and be like, oh, I connect that to this, and this, and this, and this.
Yes.
Oh, I've heard of this before.
Because she's been on the run, being on the run for 20 years.
She's Carmen Sandiego.
She is Carmen Sandiego, but she's been on the run for 20 years. She knows not just how to run, but how to find those that run. You know what I mean? Like, she's like good at like finding secrets. Yeah. Obviously, like she's like the secret finder of the crew.
Knowledge allows her to blend in.
Yeah, that's really
anywhere
good.
She goes, dude.
Yeah.
That's
well, and I'm thinking about like
tight.
in Film Z, when there was that scene in the bar where she like is the dancer and
yes,
like a little like slave child waitress or something like that.
Yeah.
And like it's just like it's really good. Like she's just playing the crowd and learning stuff, and I really enjoy that scene. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and obviously she's a historian. I mean, that goes with archaeology. Those kind of go hand in hand. But like it's really important to note that, maybe not historian, she is by far the most knowledgeable about the world. It's like when they talked about Dragon, she was never surprised. She knew who Dragon and the Revolutionaries were all the way back on Enies Lobby. She knew about Shank's crew. She knew about Gecko Moria's crew. She knew about all this. She knew who Aokiji was the second she saw him. She knows everything about everything. Really, like, she has the most vast pool of knowledge of any character in the show, in the series. I guess it's so hard to say that with like a doctor and a fucking crazy engine, with Frankie and Chopper also being, it's like, but those three clearly have like this crazy high level of intellect in their fields, but Robin is the only one that's not fucking like comedic. Like, it's always a serious deal with her. I mean, there's definitely, it's one.
She has comedy. She has comedy
been a lot
moments,
funnier
but not with that.
since the
It's
time
dry.
skip.
But it's dry humor.
It's dry humor about her talking shit about the other people being too humorous, basically.
What if they're all
Like,
dead? What if they all fell in the lava and fucking burned to death in a terrible flame of pain and suffering?
That's too dark, please.
I was like,
A whirlwind of rage and steel.
Or I'm not docking. I will not dock with y'all. Fuck y'all. I'm not docking. Hell no.
Picture me, dog.
Like, that's
be me.
so embarrassing. I
be
will
me.
not dock.
King Shiksu.
Yeah, definitely.
Fucking lost it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, she is, man. And I feel bad because I want Oda to just utilize her more. And I know it's coming. You know, you got to be patient with One Piece, but it's just like, she's the most interesting. It's like her and Frankie are tied with the most interesting characters to me. Like, I love those two the most, and it's funny because it's like
together too.
Yeah,
Mom
in
and
the
Dad.
original five, they're great,
Dad,
but it's like. But it's just like, I mean, Jinbei is now Fish Dad, right?
Fish
but
Daddy.
even Frankie's also, Frankie is, Bandit Dad or
Chopper is also like
kind
kind of like has been the mom too. You know what I'm saying? We were just talking about it earlier in the
Frankie's
Chopper
cool
segment, like
stepdad.
about how he's always in the background, making sure that everyone's straight. You know what I'm saying? He's got the, you know, if you got a tummy ache, you know, grab a can of ginger ale and go lay on the couch for a little bit. Like, he's got all he's got all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Dear Daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, something about
yeah.
Robin though that I also wanted to bring up was I really appreciated the fact that she was older.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me too.
28 years old, and
30,
everybody else
which is
is
like,
yeah, she's Yeah.
super rare for an anime, especially like a shonen anime, to have an older woman be like a good guy
Yes.
and like, you know,
Part of the main
usually-
squadron.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it
No,
makes
so it was
so
like-
much sense that she is
She's
she should she was 28 to start, now she's 30, but it was just made the most sense to have her be that age,
Yes.
even though she was that skilled as an 8-year-old to like pass the archaeological test, whatever.
Archaeological.
Archaeological. There, that's the one. That test at 8 is, and Clover was like, "You're not even supposed to do this. You're not even supposed to be reading these books. What the fuck are you doing?" So like, she did this all under the nose of Clover, which was another feat, really, for her. You know how just high level intellect she has. It just made a lot of sense. And to me personally, I mean, 30 plus year olds in shonen manga, I fucks with them. You know, like
Yes.
my man's Kafka.
My man's
I'm
Kafka, yes,
glad
sir.
It's like, I think it's 28. It's 28, but he's still even pushing 30. It's like I'm a fucks with them 30-year-olds. Yeah.
Or like Yami from Black Clover, I think he's like 22 or
Yeah, Gojo.
Just older
You know,
characters.
Yeah.
Gojo and Jujutsu
Gojo.
Kaisen. It's like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Was there anything else you guys wanted to say about Robin? Or the archaeology?
one more minor
Write
thing.
more about her, please. Like, get her more in this.
One more minor thing. She gained in the time skip drawing. You remember she like sketches things or whatever. Like she saw say Surume, right? And sketched what Surume looks like. I don't know like if that's necessarily a role or whatever, but like it's an aspect of her character that she gained in the time skip or whatever.
Yeah.
Because she learned it from one of the young girls, I think, in Tequila Wolf, right?
Yeah.
Composite drawing. I had to look it up.
Composite drawing.
Composite drawing, yeah.
I mean, that's
I had to-
that's
I
an
had to-
archaeologist like skill though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that scene from iRobot when the fucking like robot grabs the pencil
Oh,
and
yo.
just like a fucking Van Gogh painting. Yeah,
Yeah.
just like
Or
per
like Star
stroke for
Platinum.
stroke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Platinum with the flag. Love that part. But
Yeah.
But that's really all I got on Robin. I mean, I just want to see her more. I think she's the most interesting character on the crew, other than Frankie. I think those two are tied for me.
They need
as
more.
my
They both
favorites.
need way more.
They
Yeah.
both need, exactly. I just want so much more from both of them, you know, and I'm ready for it. And we can go to Frankie since he's next, unless anybody else is.
one more thing. Somebody brought up that Chopper was the only one that could do like big AoE attacks, but no, Robin with her like.
Oh yeah,
Gigantus.
she's definitely big stompy
Like,
too. Yeah.
Gigantus
And the big
Maga.
feats.
Yeah. Yes, big feats.
I feel like Elephant Gun is pretty fucking big. I don't know. I mean, it's not,
Yeah, they all got AoEs now. Yeah.
They're pretty big AoEs.
Yeah.
One of like a lot of people can do AoEs. I don't know, but certainly Robin has huge AoE. Yeah, for sure.
yo.
Yeah, I mean, Nami
Thunderbolt
did
tempo.
Exactly, Thunderbolt tempo is exactly what I was saying. Thunderbolt tempo.
I'm not saying not everyone has it.
I'm not
It's like-
talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
No, I'm telling you. Yes, we know.
And Robin can fucking fly.
I'm just kidding.
Omega Muffin
Robin
brings
can
up
fly.
Robin can fucking fly.
Wing.
Can she? We need that in
She
the
can
time
fall
skip.
with
Now, in
style.
this-
Yeah.
You know
Well,
she can
that's all
fly
she did.
more in the time skip after
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. She can definitely fly more.
Yeah, Robin.
But yeah,
Robin
that's
was
all I
wild.
got.
Flying in Punk Hazard.
Wing was after the time skip.
Wing was Thriller Bark.
No, it wasn't.
No, Thriller Bark,
Thriller Bark.
Homie.
Yeah, Thriller Bark.
She also did Wing on Dressrosa.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, she did it in
on
Thriller
Dress
Bark,
Rosa.
so that's the earliest.
Yeah. That's
But
when we
yeah,
got it.
Eagle's right that
She did it
she
multiple
actually-
times over this.
well, no, I think she
She did it
actually
after
flapped
the time
in,
skip and was
No.
not flying.
No,
She
Oh,
got-
sure.
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
she
okay.
flew more than she did. She almost just hovered down on Thriller Bark. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure we got some good flaps out of her, like gargoyles from the American. They couldn't fly; they just like sailed. They like glided on the current wind.
Glide in
Goldie.
Kingdom Hearts, I think. Yeah, I think it's called
Yeah.
Glide. Yeah. But
Gargoyles is goaded, bro. Hell yeah.
Food and tea.
Y'all, I'm loving this fucking chat right now. Y'all are fucking. Oh my god, this is
funny
just a
as
great.
hell, bro.
Oh my god.
Dude,
Yami-
Seamus might be the funniest dude that I've ever known.
Seamus, don't get pulled up on.
What'd he say? Sanji's AoE gonna go hard when he unlocks Deathwink.
That's so easy.
With that one eye he's got? Oh, let's go.
Bro, the hair flips up just for Death Wink.
Galaxy Wink.
He learned the winking from Duval, you know, so like it's gonna be double training.
Oh my god.
All right.
Like his shit's gonna be like something. It's not gonna be Death Wink. It's gonna be like a food pun wink.
Black Wink.
Something.
Dark side.
All right, we moving on to Frankie. We going to Frankie.
All right, yeah, Frankie.
Frankie
It's time.
Spice Wink says.
Spice Wink. I like that, Zanelle. I like that.
Wink, yeah.
That'd be tight. Love Wink.
Love
Wink.
Oh God, yes.
Simp Wink.
Love Wink is low.
Simp Wink. Get the
No.
fuck out of here.
Don't get pulled up on.
I'm so far away from you right now.
Sweet Chin Music is coming.
Never that. I got the
Walls of Jericho. All that.
got plus
All
10
right.
evade with this red ribbon army hat on. I don't know why. I don't know how that makes sense, but all right. Anyway, Frankie.
Speaking of American
go into
wrestling,
Frankie.
let's go into Frankie.
Yeah, Frankie. Right.
Captain
So, dude, it's so
America.
funny, dude. Like when you told me, I think it was you, Keiko. You were like, Frankie's modeled after Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura, and I was like, like I just like didn't notice like that at all. And that was one of the most mind blowing things to hear inside of One
Yeah.
Piece. I started looking up like who everyone's modeled after.
Well, especially since Bon Clay is also modeled after Jim Carrey, and they have the same voice
From
actor.
Dumb and
From
Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber,
So like,
right?
yeah, Bon
Yeah.
Clay's Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey, and then
Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura, yeah.
Frankie's Ace Ventura. Yeah,
as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but the job
Definitely,
of
definitely.
shipwright. So the job of shipwright is something, and like I was saying earlier, it's like my experience with pirate stories up until One Piece had just been Pirates of the Caribbean and then One Piece. So it's like I never
Sure.
extensively researched. I was never like a big pirate kid. So like when I'm going through the
Yeah,
story,
they just
for
jump
the-
from ship to ship basically on fucking Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Oh,
Like, I just
yeah,
need
yeah.
a new joint.
yeah,
Yeah,
Aerial Ace. Whew, you know what I'm saying? But
It's just all warriors. Just
yeah,
all warriors.
yeah. But I don't know, man. Like when I found out like what a shipwright was, obviously, like you know, like I had
Well,
thought
duh,
about it. Like,
of course we need this.
yeah, of course, duh, we need that, of course.
Yeah.
But like I had thought about like you know who's the mechanic. You know what I'm saying? But like it never dawned on me.
Well,
that
Usopp
was-
was.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
But like as far as like an actual like title of like
Is
a
its own
job that
role,
you have
especially-
on the
yeah,
ship,
special-
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like I didn't put that together. I was like, okay, well, someone's got to fix up the shit because I'm thinking about making my own pirate crew. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through the story. You know how like you want to be whatever it is the last movie you saw. You know what I'm saying? Like you watch fucking like. You know, Hero with like Jet Li. You're like, I want to be a fucking wushu warrior now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm reading One Piece and I'm like, I want to be a fucking pirate. Let me see what I like. How would I do this? You know what I mean? And like, out of all the fucking crews that I assembled in my imagination, I like never once dedicated a role to ship mechanic. You know what I mean? And, and it's just like, I
You
don't
gotta
know.
have Frankie for that hoe.
Yeah.
Ain't
Well,
no one
I liked
better.
the build up for Frankie joining the crew.
What'd you say?
I really liked the build up for Frankie.
Yeah.
joining
Oh,
the crew.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
the whole arc and
Yes.
him getting gradually convinced and then eventually Robin grabbing him by the balls.
Yeah, because he was such
Yeah.
a dick when he was
Gotcha by the
introduced.
balls.
He was such
He
a
was a
douche, bro.
savage.
He was a savage, and he was like
Mhm.
such a douchebag, and I was like, man, fuck this guy. And then like the Frankie house scene, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, is when I was like,
Kiwi Mozu.
yeah, I was like,
Bum,
oh damn, bro, this is so fucking sick. Like I didn't like his character before, but now I like his character now that he's gotten whooped and he's gotten like his comeuppance for fucking with the crew, and then boom, Pathos crew member, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm here for it. Fuck yeah, we need one of these anyway. Now we're about to get a cold-blooded ass ship, so yeah.
Right.
I gotta go a little crazy here because
Yeah.
like Frankie is my number one, my favorite Straw Hat. Like,
Ooh.
and he was from the beginning, right? Like pre-time skip, Frankie was my favorite Straw Hat, and I'm always
He's
gonna
such
be
a
mad
thug,
when
bro.
Oda. Well, exactly, and,
Yeah.
and I loved how serious he was. You know, especially back in the day. Pre-time skip, he's gonna put the glasses up and look you dead in your eye, like with his actual eyes,
Ding,
and
ding,
say,
ding.
like, yeah, like
Ding, ding,
he was
ding.
not playing.
Yeah.
He was never playing. Like,
was never playing.
I just loved how serious, even though when he obviously has his comedic fucking, sticks that all the characters do. They
Yeah.
all have their own comedic fucking, things they bring to the table.
Yeah.
But when Frankie was introduced, he was so fucking serious and so fucking cool. And I just loved, like, man, how tight is it to be a self-fashioned cyborg? You get hit by a fucking train, and your body is fucking mangled, and you fucking find yourself. I should probably
grab some of these chassis.
You're like dead on the fucking. You're dead on the ocean floating, and you find a fucking ship that had metal that you could use to fucking turn yourself into. Like I just like everything that about him. My favorite fight still to this day is Fukuro versus Frankie. Like this will always be my favorite fight. And like I just love Frankie so much. Like and it really pains me to see what Oda did to his character model, because it's just like the time skip fucking Frankie is hideous. And I get it because he's supposed to be, and there's this so many things. The thing that I want to talk about is like, so Battle Frankie 35 was his last ship that he ever made, right? Battle Frankie 35. Yes. So, but then he has a 36 on himself. He's 37.
He's 37,
no.
Isn't he?
No. He is 37 in the time skip. He's 36 in pre-time skip.
Yeah.
He's 36 pre-time skip. Yes.
Where is that? Where's the 36 on him? There.
He says it to himself too. He doesn't have it himself. He says, "I'm Battle Frankie 36." He states that he himself is that, and then. Time skip Frankie is now Battle Frankie 37, and there's a 38 on General Frankie. General Frankie is Battle Frankie 38. And I just loved that Oda kept all these things, even though I hate what he did to the character. I just kind of wanted to go crazy because like I brought him up on the big brains because it's like he has the most underrated brain I think in all of manga, because it's like he's so goofy so many times and he has so many like comedy shticks that go along with him, and that's what he's really been relegated to after the time skip. Like pre-time skip, he was just badass and shipwright and that was that. Like there wasn't really any like I'm not solely here for comedic value, and now we see like. Okay, Frankie was like fixing a bunch of ships, like whatever, 10,000 ships, 1,000 ships, whatever it is, 1,000 ships for Wano, and he's going to be able to do all that stuff, and we get these like subtle feats, but I want so much more from Frankie, and I just want him to be like in the forefront again. I mean, because it's like he's an inventor, he's an engineer, like these are all things that like are his role, and there's so much he can do. It's like you invented obviously you made Thousand Sunny, but you got shark submerge, you got brachio tank, you got the rhino fucking motorcycle, you got
the Gao cannon, you got the Kuda burst, like the cola engine or whatever. Like
quick plug real quick because Kiko just said that he brought him up on our Big Brains tie-in episode that we just did recently. I just threw that link in the chat. You guys should fucking peep that if you ever get a chance. That was one of our best episodes ever. Conversation.
We had a great time on that.
It was a remarkable conversation. Everybody should watch that if they haven't already. So links there for you.
One more quick thing I'll say before I'll be totally done on Frankie is that he also doesn't get credit for being a marksman. He lands radical beam. He lands all his fucking attacks. Weapons left, fucking strong right. Like he don't miss. Mm-hmm. He doesn't miss either. And nobody really thinks about that he's actually landing these ranged attacks through the canon of the story forever the whole time. And even if they don't do, whatever, like he just blasted a fucking a number with the fucking radical beam. Yeah. Like I don't know if that number's out of here or not, but like
in the anime he just hit one of the tightest strong rights I've seen since fucking the strong hammer.
I think that might be the implied filler. It's like he's like you just add choreography. I don't remember him throwing like a drastic strong right in the manga recently.
I don't remember either. Yeah. But regardless, he lands ranged. Almost his whole character is ranged, right? Except for like strong hammer where he takes off the fucking glove, which is that's my favorite move ever in the whole entire. There's nothing tighter than pulling off a skin glove, having a fucking total fucking metal hand under, and just and especially when he punches Fukuro after he gets the cola up, man.
Yes.
It's my favorite shit. All right, go ahead. Yeah, I'll shut up for a while.
I was gonna bring up like I had this theory at one point, right, about Frankie, and I'll say it's like I don't really like the theory that much because of like how I imagine it. You're watching the anime, right? Imagine the first time you see Vegapunk. Yeah. And he has ice blue hair like fucking Frankie.
Let's go.
And you'd be like, ugh! But like it doesn't make any sense because you wouldn't see that color in the manga, right? So like it doesn't make any sense. But like
I still want it.
Yeah, but maybe the first time you see, like, I'll amend it. The first time you see Vegapunk, he has the eyes, the Frankie eyes with the eyelashes or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, I just had this
Eyelash,
huge, I just had this huge vibe of like, because Frankie goes to Bulgimore, he goes into Vegapunk's lab. Vegapunk is a scientist who is 500 years ahead of the planet in terms of scientific knowledge. 500 years. That's not something you just like intuit, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm smart. Oh, yeah, this makes sense. You know, it's like,
yeah, he's Einstein.
Right. Say it's like the year like 1500. You're like, oh yeah, like relative quantum mechanics or whatever. Yeah, I guess this makes sense. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna make a laser beam. No, that doesn't fucking make any sense. Like, he's a fucking genius. He's a super genius in like
genius.
He needs that credit. He needs that credit for sure.
Definitely blew my fucking brain, bro. What if Vegapunk is Frankie from the future?
Get out of here!
Yo!
We have time travel legitimately in the story because of of Toki, Lady Toki.
Yeah.
Oh,
Relax, bro. I can't. I'm about to. I almost fucking broke this fucking chair leaning back like I did my last chair.
Kaizoku, man, that's that.
Shout out the guy. That's one of the tightest things I ever heard.
Get out of here!
That's that southeastern hemisphere brain working there. That's a different side of the planet working there, because I'd never considered that, and that's wild, bro.
Dude, that's so tight, dude.
That's what them New Zealanders over there thinking about, you know.
Kaizoku, man, you're a fucking champion for that.
Woo!
I feel like Frankie isn't that much of a bootlicker, though. Is Vegapunk a bootlicker?
Oh, Vegapunk's super bootlicker. He's like working for the government.
Is he?
Is he? Right, but does he? Is
both sides of the coin, doing shit? You know, obviously supporting pirates where he sees necessary.
Does he even want to be there, or is he just valuable?
Hey, southeastern hemisphere. I was right on the right side of the world, right?
Yeah.
But yes, I think you're right that Vegapunk is. I mean, I agree with Noxie and
I feel like he's in an armbar
like,
right now. Like, what are you gonna do? Like.
Well, I don't even feel like he's in an armbar. I feel like it's like he is
just playing his cards right, I guess. Like
exactly. He is he's playing his cards right. It's like, how are you going to get the most funding and the most resources? It's like, play the game. And it's like, I don't actually have to like serve their goals once the end of the whatever. When shit hits the fan, I can just bounce out. It's like, who's going to replace me? Nobody can fucking do what I do. So it's like, I'm gonna take all these resources and use them, but like I never thought of Vegapunk as like actually serving the government.
Like, I feel like Vegapunk is Tony Starking these motherfuckers, bro, because in like Tony Stark's origin story, he's held captive by the Viet Cong, and they're like, make us your weapons that you usually make, and he's like, bet, bro, I got you, you know what I'm saying? And then with the extra scraps of him like making their like weapons or making their like missiles, he built the fucking Iron Man suit and fucking like bounced out like on like behind their backs, you know what I'm saying? Like Vegapunk like might have a situation where he's like playing along with them because it's safe and because he's valuable and because he can do things that no one else can do. But as soon as he's got an opening, he's gonna press the button on some crazy plot that he's been cooking up for X amount of time and become a huge ally to I don't want to say the Straw Hats specifically, but just like not the ops anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, But
you know, it could go either way.
Yeah,
it definitely could go either way. He definitely could be a full bootlicker. It's just like I don't know. Personally, it's just like when you're that scientifically advanced, it's like you're not like adhering to anybody like actually, right? Like,
and nothing is like emotional or like. Nothing is like you're a computer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever move you're making is the logical one. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So it's like
it's the move like your calculator tells you to move. You know, like
yeah. Wow. Anything left for Shipwright?
No, I'm good on it.
Okay. So what do we do? We're into Brook now.
Brook.
Let me tell you something, man.
Soul King.
He's the least effective in his duties because he only knows 2 fucking songs.
That is slander and a lie. You can't have a fucking concert, a global concert, and have 2 songs. He has other songs. We have not heard them.
Okay, 3 songs.
Oh no, bro!
Get out of here! He has 90 minutes of music at least.
I feel like Buddy who.
He did a world tour.
He performed one song and then was like, "All right, everybody, I'm out."
The Marines were there. He
Yeah.
had to go.
Hey,
the
but
crew was going underwater to Fishman Island.
At
He
the
had
same
a
time,
timetable.
though, Buddy who made
He
I
don't
Like
be
Big Butts and I
performing
Cannot
enough
Lie
music.
probably
Chat,
only
obliterate
plays
this
that
man.
song in his fucking concerts and then goes, you know what I mean? Like, what's that
That's
dude's
Sir
name?
Mix-a-Lot,
Sir
thank you.
Mix-a-Lot,
Sir
yeah.
Mix-a-Lot.
I was going to say
And-
MC
and-
Escher. I was going to say fucking MC Escher before you said Sir Mix or Sir
MC
Mix-a-Lot.
Hammer?
No. MC. I was gonna say. I was thinking of.
MC
I was thinking of MC Search, and then as I was going to
Oh.
say MC Search, I said MC Escher. He's a fucking artist. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Hey,
Like I was about to
Search
say.
is real deep. People don't know about Search, but yeah.
Hey, yeah, but
But yes. Anyway,
yeah.
Brooke, it's his one piece. He's not going to play his entire catalog for you, and I complain about him singing already. And if he does, obviously in the manga you're not going to get it. You'd
it's
only
fine.
get that
It's
in the
3
anime.
pages. Not even. Yeah,
There,
you know what I mean.
there is a whole goddamn episode on Zoe where they're riding on the back of some monster and he's singing the whole time. I'm so mad at that episode. It's like I'm done watching this.
Wouldn't know
anime.
about
Like, I
that.
just need to
Have
read
not
the whole
watched that
episode. It
far.
was a
Stopped
portion of
watching a
an
long
episode.
time ago.
Yeah, well,
Couldn't do it.
Brooke can play every instrument. He's basically like fucking virtuoso
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
highest standard. Like it's like
Yeah.
I love that word.
He's
Good one.
He's playing a fucking violin primarily. Switches
Sure.
to a guitar. We see him playing a piano. We know he can play every instrument, right?
Yeah.
Like he could just take fucking Scratch Man Apu and say, "Come here, bro!" Like. And start pushing buttons on
want
fucking
that to
Scratch Man
happen
Apu.
so
Oh my
bad.
god, he a
starts
new
playing
attack
Apu.
using Scratchman Apu. Vision
That'd be
it.
so good.
Oh, he takes over his soul. He hits his soul with stuff and forces him to do things he doesn't want to do.
Oh, chill.
Yeah, he could probably do it. He could
The
probably do it.
Jasani.
Yeah.
That's a Radiant reference. Nobody's gonna know that. But
I've never wanted to push like piano keys on my teeth so much. You know,
I
like,
swear to God, bro. yeah, I'll have like I'll see like a little piece of like pepper on my tooth or something like that. I'll be like, I'm gonna leave that there because it makes me feel like I got one of them keys.
That's crazy.
Okay, cool.
I just made that up. Bad joke.
Yeah, oh yeah. Roll it back. Okay. So Brooke was one of the crew members who was a captain
Yeah.
himself.
Rumbar Pirates.
Yep.
Rumbar Pirates. That is. I think it's worth noting, right? Like he's obviously the oldest or whatever.
Yeah.
I think one of the craziest things about Brooke, and it's not really about his role, but you could say his role is partially the elder of the crew, right? He's like, oh yeah, Gold Roger, yeah, I remember that upstart when I was reading the news back when I was young or whatever, right? Like when he said that, he basically said something along those lines, like, oh yeah, Roger,
did.
like I remember hearing about that. Like that
feels
is
like verbatim.
huge. That is
Rookie with that
immense.
name.
Yeah, the rookie with that name, exactly. That is immense
Yeah,
or whatever
that's
to
a
me
big deal.
personally.
That's massive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he went into the fog before the whole Pirate King thing happened and everything.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he was only there for 50. He was there for 50 years, I want to say.
Okay,
right?
50. Okay.
And
Yeah.
he was
No,
88.
Right, 50.
He was 88 pre-time skip, so he was 38 when he went into the fog or whatever.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Hmm.
What's the significance of 88?
Piano keys, the
Piano
number of keys on a
number of
piano.
keys on a
That's
piano.
Nick's favorite thing. Yeah.
I know.
I
That
just wanted to
fucking
say,
that
yeah.
shattered my entire
Once you know that
reality when
fact,
said
you'll
that.
never forget it.
Yeah,
You'll never
like when you
forget
said
it.
that shit, bro, I was just like, what is life
Yes.
even?
Yes.
That's fucking
So,
crazy.
so he can clearly play the piano
Yeah.
as well as the violin, which is his favorite instrument,
Yeah.
and now he plays the guitar. So you got 3 at least down
Violin
there. But
makes
like,
sense as his favorite instrument because of the movement. on
'Cause
the
it's a sword. You
Yeah,
could- and
and
a
it's
sword,
and he's like
yeah.
and he's Bato Jutsu, right? He's
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's the movement that he does for his
Yeah.
attacks. You know what I mean? It's a violin.
I almost like you said Bochu Jutsu or whatever from
from
No,
fucking.
no.
Gokurak. He
I mean,
wishes.
he's trying to
He
be.
wishes.
He's trying to be
Yeah,
Bochu
yeah,
Jutsu,
exactly.
but
Yeah.
He wishes.
No.
missing the
Oh
one
my
bone
God.
he needs.
Oh my god.
Skull joke. No,
Scooter joke.
if my son wasn't if my son wasn't sleeping, yeah, I would have hit the full yo ho 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 if my son wasn't
Oh
sleeping
my
right now.
fucking god, that was the best. Oh my god.
He's also a swordsman,
Yeah.
which isn't his role, but like you got to mention that hey, he's the only other swordsman other than Sanji. But
I mean,
yeah,
hey,
man,
Luffy had
swordsman-
fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He had
just, like,
Nidai
swung him like-
Kitetsu. Yeah, he had Nidai Kitetsu
yeah,
for
Nidai
half the
Kitetsu
first
too,
act.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But he is also
Frankie
he
got a
is now,
sword in
like,
general, Frankie. Anyway, sorry.
Sure. But Brooke is also espionage with the fucking Soul King power.
Oh,
yes.
Get the fucking
Yes.
ghost out
Yes.
and go through walls and get intel that way.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
you know, that's kind of an overlooked thing about Brooke. And spirit medium,
Yeah.
I mean, is that going to play a part
Sure.
at some
And he's
point?
got a huge
I assume
advantage on
so.
playing on
has, yeah.
people's
I mean, with Big
superstitions.
Mom.
Yes.
He's got
With
a
Big Mom, exactly.
He's got a huge advantage inside of like playing on people's superstitions because like he can like literally at any point in time use fear tactics to sway the course of like any kind of situation because he's obviously a walking skeleton and not just a walking skeleton. When he goes into his soul form, I'm pretty sure he scared people with that too. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
For sure. Yep.
so
And it's just, I
Professional
love like
spooky
what
boy.
Big Mom, well, what Big Mom even says too, like when, just like in one of the newer chapters, a couple chapters ago, like Frankie being a cyborg, but also with Brooke there, it's like, you guys got a lot of fucking interesting creatures on your team. Like, I want all of y'all.
Yeah.
Like,
A lot of diversity.
yeah.
I want
Like
to collect.
diversity, yeah.
And he's got it, and he like has
She
like
really
a really
respects the diversity.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And I really love how he has like soul damage. You know what I'm saying? He's the only one that could harm Prometheus, Zeus. You know what I'm saying? Because his attacks just go through. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, like, I don't know if hockey matters at all for them. I can't really remember if we've ever gotten like information on like how hockey works with Prometheus and Zeus.
Yeah.
But like as of right now, he's the only one that's actually gotten in, you know what I'm saying, like did anything to them, you know, besides Nami obviously with persuasion, but like Brooke straight up cut that motherfucker in half, you know what I mean? And like that was like a really cool thing to see when it happened. I remember when that chapter came out, bro, the chat was lit. I was like, oh my god, Brooke got a fucking massive W in this fucking Sunny raid scene, like, or Sunny chase scene. But like what, so like what do you guys think that, like, just real quick, what do you guys think is that gonna be a thing that extends beyond Brooke? Like, are we going to see, I don't know how we could, but I mean, like, if he is the only person that can do like soul damage, then that's pretty tight on it in and of itself. But like, do you think that we're going to see like anybody else that like uses occult, like necromancery type abilities? Because like the story is kind of like starting to introduce like new, like really important elements, like Onimaru, the kitsune, you know what I mean? Like that is obvious. Like is that a devil fruit?
Spirits and ghosts.
Probably not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's a completely new situation. Soul damage, you know what I mean? Like Oda's really good at like hanging down a plot thread, leaving it alone for X amount of time, lightly referencing it in ways that you might have missed until a big reveal later that, you know, magnifies that original plot thread. And then you go back and go, oh my god, all of the evidence was in, you know, in between this segment, you know what I mean? So I'm super excited for what that could mean, soul damage in general, but I don't know. What do you guys?
It's
be
hard to
cool?
say because it's hard to say because like it works. It's supposed to counter Big Mom. So as long as Big Mom, as long as Big Mom's in the story, like it's great for Brooke. But you also have occult looking followers and devil fruit of Hawkins, right? Like your straw doll ability is you know,
divination,
voodoo-ish.
but
voodoo-esque or whatever. Like that really seems along the same line, especially with like before, and you haven't seen him since, I don't think, since Shabandi, but like his followers all wore like hooded robes with like fucking skull necklaces and shit. They look really super like occultish, and like I mean, who knows if, I mean, Brooke versus Hawkins, is that a possible fight on this?
I would love that, dude.
You know, because everybody thought it was going to be Brooke versus Apu just because the musical battle, but like,
and that could
Apu
still happen. All
is-
these fights could still happen.
Yeah,
We're
Apu's kind of
past
like
a point where it's like everybody gets one character to fight. You know, I mean, like just like the direction of the story. We haven't seen it since Enies Lobby. You know what I mean? Or maybe, Enies Lobby was the last like true everyone gets a 1v1 like kind of situation in the story. And now we're moving towards like end game, like One Piece stuff, where it's just going to be all of the important characters coalescing in a scene and either fighting each other or doing something. Yeah, you know what I mean? And It's like
to me the fights are just they're secondary now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like the primary aspect of the story, it's a battle shonen with the least battle of any shonen. You know what I mean? Like the point of the story is the world and the world building and the plot, and it's just like the fights are just what happens to drive the plot.
One of many moving parts in the series.
Yes, exactly.
Fights are an impetus to progress the plot and to convey the emotional impact of each arc.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's all I got on Brooke.
Are we good on Brooke? Yeah.
Jinbei,
dude.
Well,
Fish Dad.
we're here.
I was so shook when they were like, shipwright. It was something that
you mean Helmsman.
Helmsman.
Or Helmsman.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
When they said Helmsman, I was like, oh my god.
Everybody was like, well, we've never heard this word before, but then you find out Burgess is a fucking helmsman. We got that.
Yeah, Burgess is the only one.
Yeah.
When he does that fucking, fishman, or, like karate, like shooting the water.
1,000 brick tile fish hands.
No, but I mean like sending the water, like the tide in the direction
of
the ship.
Yeah.
It's like, of course
Water
this
bending.
is waterbending. Like of course this is what he would do, and of course that would be the best thing for a ship or for a helmsman possible. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing it too.
And they kind of fainted.
Crazy.
They kind of fainted his role inside of like Tsurume. You know what I'm saying? Or Tsurume pulls ships, right?
Because they were
like a ship puller, you know what I'm saying? Like you have impel down when he fucking grabs the big ass door, everyone jump on me, you know what I'm saying? You're like, okay. So when he joins the crew, his job is going to be get people out of the water and like pull them through, tides that like
it's perfect.
Or just like or whatever. But like helmsman as a job, it's just like Oda was like, these motherfuckers aren't gonna get it till I tell them. They're not gonna figure it out till I drop the word. Yeah.
See, whether he's helmsman while boarded the ship or in the water, it still reigns the same, right?
Yeah.
Like he could.
He knows his way around a ship,
and that is. But I'm saying like he still could pull the ship like Tsurume, Momu, or like Momu. That's what you're talking about. It's like we need a fucking kaiju to pull our fucking ship. Like that's what all big pirate crews have at this point. That's what they were saying during like Fishman.
Yeah, that was
Jinbei got the strength of a couple kaijus in those motherfucking web fingers.
He just caught the fucking like
vagabond drill.
But yeah, he just caught it clean. The big mace from the numbers in one of the last chapters. Just
he said, "Hold on, wait, what'd you say?"
Yeah,
hold on.
So good.
His strength is clear. I mean, he took Big Mom from a position of this into backwards, flipped her ass and threw her. It's like
so he's another captain, right? He
I was going to say that. I was going to say that
after Fisher Tiger, of the Sun Pirates, and so like he has a huge amount of battle experience. You know what I mean? Like especially in this current arc when all the shit's going down, he is just like, all right, let's hold off. Let's figure out the what's going on, the battlefield. You know what I mean? Like he has a huge battle sense. Amazing.
Yeah. Combat IQ.
And I mean, his ability as a helmsman is like next level. I mean, I remember as they were going through that escape sequence with Big Mom, and he's just doing more and more shit. Like Nami is like shook at everything he's doing. Like holy
grabs
shit,
the ropes of the sails, and
he's tacking the fucking ship by hand. One-handed while also steering the fucking ship.
Yep.
And then he proceeds to like swoop them through and fucking surf through the fucking big wave. Like, yo. You are making me think of a crazy point about Jinbei that I've never thought before right now. So like say for example, you're the helmsman, right? You steer the ship. Let's say shit is going really bad and the ship needs to escape, right? Say Guts from Berserk, he's at the back of the army, holding back the enemy forces. Yeah. He's the anchor. He's holding back the enemy forces from attacking the army. Jinbei could literally be like, all right, y'all, Kuda burst out of here. I'll take care of this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he's a fishman. He could be in the water. He literally did this exactly at the end of Whole Cake Island. Yeah. He could literally be like, y'all go.
I got this.
Kuda
I'll fuck him
burst
up.
is empty. Whew, I just threw the ship
Yeah.
like 5
Yep.
miles.
I'll show the ship. I'll throw
On
the
a
ship.
big tidal wave.
I'll hold them off, and I will
Yeah.
stay here in the ocean because I literally live here. It's like, oh my god, he could literally be like this defensive line for the ship.
Yeah.
That'd be so
100%.
awesome, especially if like Sanji did it too, because because Sanji can definitely like participate with Jinbei in water battle. Like,
Yeah.
And I hope to see that really like that'd be crazy to have like a 2v2 underwater with fucking Sanji and Jinbei versus somebody.
man.
What if
That would
Sanji
be
learns Fishman karate?
Let's go.
Oh,
Yes.
Like,
Sanji
What?
would need to learn like fishman. What's a martial art
Fishman
that's mainly
judo.
based around kicking?
Taekwondo.
Oh,
Fishman
Taekwondo.
Taekwondo is what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. I just
Taekwondo.
didn't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
And I mean, we already got Fishman judo, so we know there's multiple schools. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Hey,
Wow.
oh yeah, dude, Fishman
Yeah.
Taekwondo.
Bruh.
That'd be
Fishman
so
renewal
tight.
Taekwondo. That's a God of High School thing.
I
Yeah.
was trying to look up Sensui's
Fishman
martial art.
capoeira.
That's what I thought about. Like
Fishman
Sensui was all
Capoeira. Marnie.
Oh. Spin that shit.
Marnie. Yes.
Fishman
Fishman Capoeira.
Capoeira.
That's totally so he's already doing
That's
capoeira.
Eddie Gordo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of capoeira for Sanji for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
Like-
it doesn't go along the lines of the martial arts that we have that are
Party
more,
table
like,
kick course is
technical,
literally
rigid,
breakdancing.
like what?
Party table kick course, right? Isn't that the one where he
I'm talking about for the
Party
Fishman.
table.
The style of
Yeah.
martial arts that they've been exhibiting have been more like technical, rigid,
Oh.
like
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Japanese.
whereas whereas capoeira is like
Yeah, that's
It's
why it's
Brazilian,
Sanji's.
you know,
That's why it's Sanji's. It's not.
but
They
Sanji
teach
don't
him.
fight like that.
Well, right, but it's just a
He
cool
could,
thought.
though.
Like,
He
yeah,
could.
they don't.
It's
You know,
fine.
Yeah,
no one
yeah.
teaches him Fishman
No, it's-
capoeira.
no.
He just like embodies the principles of Fishman
Yeah.
karate and like some of the fucking like effects of manipulating water to some degree, and just incorporates that into his fighting style that he has now. Maybe it's a purely underwater. Like whenever he just kicks you underwater, he calls it Fishman capoeira, even though it's an unofficial.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
he starts doing the dance, I'm not rocking with it.
He already does.
I mean, he doesn't do a dance. No,
the
it's not Eddie
capoeira
Gordo.
dance back and
No,
forth.
Oh, yeah,
no,
okay,
no,
yeah.
no. You know,
You know?
it's and that's a Brazilian technique, so I highly doubt we'll see that. But like
Luffy might
I mean, sure.
Luffy-
Fishman Rashu,
yeah.
you
I
can.
don't know. I think I remember
that's what I was
Oda,
thinking of.
Oda said that. Like,
No,
Luffy
yeah, there was a
Brazilian
thing where
or some
Oda
shit one time.
said, yeah, exactly.
Or not that he's Brazilian, but that he like when he was
That's the
conceptualizing
nationality.
Luffy,
Right.
he had
Yeah,
Brazilian
exactly.
people in
They,
mind.
They're
yeah.
all.
And let's acknowledge
yeah,
the
definitely.
racism of the Asopu one or whatever, but like,
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
it's
South African, yeah.
no, he said African.
No,
Yeah.
African period. Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
else had
Yeah.
a specific country, but Usopp got Africa.
African.
Yeah.
yeah. Not a great look,
all
but that's
the
That's
same
not a
thing.
good
that's Japan, baby.
That is Japan, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying.
Not good.
Yeah, that,
Yeah,
remember?
well, I don't know if they're trying
Jinbei
that
video?
much, but
They're-
oh my god, that Jinbei video was very interesting because
What
like
Jinbei
the
video?
They were trying. They were
the,
trying.
Jin- the,
Oh,
the Jinbei
yeah,
the
yeah.
Jinbei voice actor was voicing the video
Black
of
band within.
and like it was super interesting because like the video
They were
was
saying good
saying
shit.
the video was saying things that like were pro black person, but it was like very caricature
Yeah.
The
animation, you know what I mean?
was
Yeah.
The
definitely
animation was
racist.
not a good look. It was
Yes.
it was
The
really bad
animation
and
was
like it was
crazy.
just yeah.
I remember when I
Yeah,
found that shit.
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. Super
And
interesting
it wasn't
situation.
even
Yeah.
subbed, it
Someone
was just the
translated it.
Japanese like audio. Yeah, exactly. And we're just
Yeah,
like,
but
Right.
I remember us talking about it, and we were like
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at it, and they're like, COVID impacts the African American community X amount more than whatever
Right,
community.
which is
because
true.
They're just
Yeah.
which is true because they just
Yeah.
naturally have less resources because of systemic issues
Yeah.
in America, right?
Yeah,
Like,
they
that's
have
just
more
how
health
it is,
issues because of less healthcare or
Health-
whatever, right? Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So like,
they were trying. They were trying.
but that animation was the worst thing.
yeah,
they
dude,
could
that
have
shit
done.
was fucked up.
That was
dude.
ridiculous.
And Japanese have been raised like traditionally racist for a long time, right? It's like you got
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Popo and-
Unapologetically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it seems like nowadays they're trying to go the right direction, which obviously, we're not giving out like participation trophies. Like you got to get it right? Like this
Yeah.
is very important.
Yeah.
But like it's better than what they used to be. I'll just say that. We ain't seeing Mr. Popos no more in anime, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Unless they're blue.
Like look at. I guess
Dragon Ball Z
Hey,
Kai.
I would say Fire Force is doing a good job of representation. There's a couple animes out there that got like a lot of black characters.
Radiant,
it's good to see that.
Radiant goes crazy on representation.
That guy's French, so like,
oh yeah, that's right. I forget that Tony Valente is a French guy because he just understands like Eastern, you know, like anime and manga, like storytelling and illustration techniques. You know what I mean? Like he, you could not like if no one told you, you would until you saw the first French name, you'd probably be like, oh, you would never guess.
Yeah,
but okay. So Helmsman, we have one other example of Helmsman in the series, and that's Jesus Burgess.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which of course the beef boy has to be the helmsman.
Yeah. And it's really cool when like Helmsman came out in the Jinbei chapter and we were all like, holy fucking shit, how did we not, you know, you know what I mean? Like where the fuck, how did we not put it together? You know what I'm saying? And we were having a conversation about like, it's like, man, he waited so long to like tell us that this was even a job. And then like, I don't remember who like came out and said it. Maybe it was Kiko, but like, no, Burgess was a helmsman too, I think. And I was like, no, I hit the wiki and I was like, bruh. Like what the fuck? Like how can he just keep the info? Because he's so good at redirecting. He's so good at fainting.
Like, Blackbeard's crew is like so just ridiculous and like dumb. It's like they were literally like the first ship you see them is a big ass raft. It's like fucking 5 giant logs tied together with a fucking one sail. And you expect me to call Jesus Burgess a helmsman because he's fucking piloting a motherfucking raft? That don't
I'm sure it has a rudder. Come on.
Oh my god, that scene when the fucking wave crashed.
I would hope they have a rudder.
That scene when the fucking wave crashed their raft or whatever, and they're all floating, you know, in the water. The Blackbeard pirates, fucking Van Auger.
Yeah.
Van Auger's got the fucking tightest quote like ever. I read that shit reading the subtitles like when I saw that scene for the first time, and I was like, this random ass character that like we've seen 3 times period in the series just dropped like one of my favorite quotes in the entire series. He says, "All things in this world are cogs that move in tune with strong desire. That move in tune to strong desires." And I was just like, that's so deep for like what felt like a throwaway character to say. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, damn, dude, the writing.
He's always got some deep quotes about fate and shit. Like Van Auger's spitting. I don't believe in fate or anything, but like as far as like the confines of the story, like I love Van Auger. I think he's one of the most underrated characters. My favorite part about Van Auger ever is just like Ace don't even finish his sentence before he gets shot in the heart. Bow, bow, hit in the fucking chest. He didn't even finish his shit. And it's like, Van Auger's a G,
it's like,
bro.
it's not even physically possible for you to shoot a musket rapid, semi-automatic like that. You know what I mean? Like, but he got 2 in the fucking chest, 1 in the computer in like 1 second.
He put the musket in and packed the fucking gunpowder in fucking 1/10 of a second and shot a second round. Like, no, obviously that's not true. But I fucks with some Van Auger. And like, I like what Eagles was saying earlier about like a 10-mile battle between Usopp and
bro. Oh my
Van
god,
Auger.
it's like that one short story about like the 2 snipers and like in like winter, you know, like time in like World War II or some shit. And they're like both have like Yukon camouflage, like, you know what I'm saying, far as fuck away from each other. The whole story is about them too. Like,
you're talking about Enemy at the Gates.
I think so, yeah. Yep.
Which is a great fucking movie. If anybody hasn't seen it, you should definitely watch it.
Yeah.
Great fucking movie.
Super good. Fuck yeah. Okay. But back to
Jude Law in there with that fucking big chin dude that plays Hellboy.
Yeah, Ron Perlman.
Yeah, he's also the dude in Sons of Anarchy.
Yep.
He's got a fucking massive ass chin.
Crimson chin.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So anything else for a helmsman?
Not really. I mean, we talked about like his tactics, whatever. He's a very high level tactician. He did like counter like Magellan's plan, leaving Impel down to get out successfully. Jinbei orchestrated that whole thing. So that's something to note. Like obviously he's gonna have a high level of tactics, being a traditional pirate captain, right? Like you know, not Luffy. And so, you know, that's a pretty good thing to mention.
And just comparing him to the only other helmsman that we know of in the series, it's like when it comes to this role, once again, inside of the Straw Hat Pirates, which we can assume for every member of it, but like whenever there's an issue at sea and Jinbei is there is no way we could be worried about anything besides Jinbei's personal safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is going to protect the crew from any water-based threat. Like you do, like Burgess, you know what I'm saying? Like Burgess, I don't know, he had a raft. I mean, they didn't have a ship back then, but I mean, like, his one helmsman feat was getting a tidal wave that crashed on their fucking ship and fucking, like, you know, floating in the fucking ocean, you know what I mean? Like, but then Jinbei, it's like, no, whenever anything fucking, like, bad happens on the sea and Jinbei is there, we cool, we're chilling. Like, Jinbei might die, but like, but the crew is safe. Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Nick.
No. In the chat, Kaizoku has a very good point. What about Jinbei's role with Luffy? And to me, what this means is, like, say all the older characters in the crew, Frankie, Robin, Brooke, Jinbei, right? Older characters, right? Frankie, he's not a dad type. You know what I mean? He's like the cool uncle, maybe at best. And Brooke is obviously the grandfather. Jinbei is a dad. Yeah. Jinbei's a dad, and he literally helped Luffy get back from his immense depression when Ace was dead, and Luffy couldn't deal with it. Luffy was he was about to lose everything, you know what I mean? And Jinbei put him on the right track. That is a huge point, because you need that role in the crew. You need that role in a friendship group. You need that role in a family. And the crew is a family, and Jinbei is like the dad, you know what I mean? He has that demeanor, that it feels great. That's a great fucking point.
Luffy needs his Lawrence Fishburne for his Cuba Gooding
when
Jr.
he says, man, like, what is it that you do still have? Like, oh, fuck. That shit hits so
my friends!
Yeah. Lit.
Yes.
Lit. Tear-jerking.
So good.
Tear-jerking, bone-chilling, goose-fleshington.
Even now. And I mean, that's the power of
That was a
One Piece
Boys in the Hood
moments,
reference, right?
That was Boys in the Hood, yeah.
I was to say, I barely heard what you said.
Yeah, no, I was like,
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah, I was like, Kiko heard that shit. Yato and Scuba probably heard that shit too. Yeah.
A lot of the other crew members all had arcs that, like, hinted at the necessity of that particular crew member in a very, like, strong way. Like, Chopper joined the crew after Nami got bit by the mosquito or whatever, and, like, Robin was needed for, like, the poneglyphs, and, you know, there was like an arc leading up to them joining the crew. But for Jinbei, really the arc of him leading up to joining the crew was one of more of emotional support.
Yeah.
You know, like that was the thing that really led him into becoming really integrated into the group. And then when they had the blood transfusion, Fishman Island, it was like, join my crew.
Yeah.
Amazing point.
And Jinbei, like, already sacked himself for fucking Luffy one time.
Yeah, he got punched in the back with a fucking magma punch. Yeah, exactly. And not only that,
it's like scars.
Definitely. And it's like the warm up for Jinbei, it was so long, because it's like even before Marineford, it's like they met in Impel Down, and fucking Jinbei's like, wait, no, let me tell you about Ace real quick. Like, and he's like, this is a situation I need to get out. And first, Jinbei didn't even want to leave Impel Down. He's just like, no, I'm not going to participate in the war because I don't believe in fucking what the government's talking about. So throw me in prison if you want, because, like, I'm not going to fuck with you guys. But, like, then once Luffy comes, he's like, oh, wait, no, I need to get the fuck out of here because I need to help you with Ace, you know? And it was just so crazy to have all of that happen pre-time skip. Then we go to fucking Fishman Island, post-time skip, and then you don't get to see him till fucking Whole Cake again. Yeah. It's just, it's amazing how well it was. Like, it never felt like, God, when is this really gonna? You wanted it to happen, but you were just never like, this doesn't make any sense. Why are we dragging this out for so long? Clearly, he's gonna join the. It's not like Dobby is clearly Endeavor's son. Why are we dragging this out for fucking 200 chapters? It's we knew that, like, fucking Jinbei was going to join, but it never felt like we need it right now because this is supposed to happen. Like, this always, it always felt organic and always felt like and we got the right information at the right times. And Oda's the best. I mean, Oda's just the best. There's whatever you can say, and I like to try to nitpick Oda somewhat with plot holes. I think Hockey's is a bit retconned and some other things, but, like, at the end of the day, he's the greatest storyteller of our time, as far as I'm concerned, of anything that I've ever read. And it's like, you can have a little issue here or there, but really you cannot poke a hole in the serious plot of One Piece as a whole. And for something that's been going for 25 fucking years, like that's so amazing.
And the thing about Oda is that like he's self-aware as an author of like where his shortcomings are. There are a lot of authors that don't know that they suck where they suck. And I'm not saying that Oda sucks, but like he's not trying to have all of the check marks checked. You know what I'm saying? Like he has his lane, which is a massive one, and he performs remarkably inside of it, to the point where things that you can complain about, it's like, I don't know, like sure, there are things that I'm not 100% sold on in the story, but like those are things that couldn't come anywhere close to being a massive detriment to the idea of the storytelling inside of One Piece. Like it's undeniable if you have read a decent amount at least, or all of these chapters of One Piece, that this is one of the greatest stories ever told by a single person. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And we spend a lot of time breaking down like the constructs of the shonen genre a lot within our story, or within our podcast. And it's like, sure, now with like a lot of these new age ones like Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen and stuff, it's like, okay, those are clearly breaking the mold, right? Yeah. But like One Piece was breaking the mold in '97. They really were. I mean, Oda really had the plan to, because it's like, you know, I like what you say, like he has his own lane, because it's like we got the 6-lane highway of fucking shonen tropes. 5 of them. He's on the shoulder even. Whatever. But like he's definitely like, okay, I'm going to take all these great things that are within the shonen genre, and I'm going to have them, but they're going to be secondary to like the adventure. Like, and obviously adventure is part of a shonen trope, but it's like, we're going to make this trope, might not be the right word, but whatever. Like, it's just part of the shonen construct. But I've never felt like there was a story that embodied adventure. Even like OG Dragon Ball, which OG Dragon Ball is like the story of adventure. If you just look at like, you know, before Dragon Ball Z time, it's like that felt like just pure adventure. And like, that's what I always loved so much about Dragon Ball. And it's like, now I have a 970, 80, what are we, chapter version of this? 990 chapter, 990. We're 10 away from 1,000 chapters of this. It's like, it's like this is so amazing that it's like this took all the things that because it's like Dragon Ball was so influential to our country and anime, and it's like when I see Dragon Ball Z and then I go back and watch Dragon Ball, it's like, man, I wish Dragon Ball Z was like this the whole fucking time. It's like Dragon Ball was, you know, like adventurous and like all these other, you know, things that aren't just like big bad, I gotta fight the big bad because he's gonna destroy my planet. And it's like One Piece has everything that you could ever want in a story. Like I really believe, you know, like even the energy system, it's not cursed energy and it's not fucking Nen. And we can't really compare it to those because those are top tier energy. It doesn't need to be. Exactly. It works so well within the story. It's like we've already talked about, like fighting is secondary. There's so many things that are secondary to the main thing. And I mean,
because complaining about hockey and devil fruits and their like ambiguous, like, you know,
Logia was OP and we had to introduce hockey because we had to nerf Logia. It's like,
I understand the complaint. I respect the complaint.
Yeah, sure.
Obviously, as someone who like really likes superpowers and like energy systems as much as like I do, as much as we do, you know, sure, that explanation would be great. You know what I mean? But like, if all you care about is power scaling and how strong characters are, because all you do is argue about that on the internet, then like obviously the ambiguity of the energy system is going to be a big deal to you. But like, if you see what One Piece is actually trying to do and has been doing, like Nick brought up a little bit earlier in the show, like fighting is like super secondary, you know, in the story of One Piece. There are a litany of like amazing things and reasons to read this story apart from strength hierarchy. So like, sure, is it a super soft system right now that's like mad vague and like you can't really like use any of the models to like predict anything like significant in like how a conflict will go. You just have to see what happens. But like at the same time, it's like there are so many other incredible moving parts to the point where it's like, this isn't ruining my story not having this information. You know what I mean? So it's like,
but like
Yeah.
We shouldn't go too deep into it, but like the magic system in One Piece is not soft. It is not soft.
It's relatively soft compared to
it is not on the soft end of the spectrum. It's
But
not
that's-
Naruto. It's
that's
not Black
because
Clover.
I
It
feel
has
like
rules.
Naruto-
It has rules. It has
Yeah.
all these rules.
We
Yeah.
love Hunter and Jujutsu Kaisen so much here.
Those are
It's
super
so-
hard. Those are
Yeah.
super hard.
Exactly.
But it's
Exactly.
not soft.
Well,
Like
see, here's
maybe
why I
is
called it
like
soft.
hard, like half boiled or medium boiled or something. But
Yeah,
like,
here's why I call it
Far
soft.
off base here.
Here's why I call it soft, right? Because devil fruits, power, caveat. Okay, you can do what this power says. There is not someone who can come along and like teach you, you know what I mean, based on like, you know, compiled knowledge of this energy system, how to use your devil fruit, unless you're like Blackbeard or something because you have a fucking book or whatever. But like, it's just power, caveat on the devil fruit side of things. On the hockey side of things, there are a lot more rules to hockey, obviously, than there is devil fruits. But that, I still think it's on the soft side of the spectrum just because of how vague hockey is right now and because of how like shallow, you know, devil fruits are. Not in regard to, you know, capability. You can do a bunch of shit with devil fruits. It's very deep in regard to like what you can do with your power. But as far as like, it's really just simple. It's just power, caveat. You know what I mean? As far as like rules go, like there aren't really many for devil fruits besides you can't swim. Zoans do this, Paramecia do this, and Logias do this. You know what I mean? Like that compared to Nen, compared to Cursed Energy, compared to Stans, compared to Chakra even.
it's just, I mean,
I don't know. Naruto started off like
this is a conversation for another day.
You're right.
Conversation for another day.
Yeah. We should wrap this up. This has been an incredible conversation, you guys. Everyone out there in the chat, you guys have been incredible. Thank you for blessing
You guys are awesome. We
our
love you.
airwaves with your.
This has been
with your
so
presence.
fucking fun. Like
Yes.
Jesus,
It is.
wow.
Yes, and I'm so glad that we
I
started
didn't
this
imagine
show.
this would go like 3 hours because
And
we
yeah.
literally.
I didn't either, bro.
Yeah,
This has been fucking
and when
great.
any other thing we do like starts to get towards like the 3 hour mark, like you can sometimes like see like, all right, we've been sitting in this chair for a
We're
hot
starting
minute.
to argue.
We're starting to argue. We're
getting
getting mad. We're ornery as shit because we want to go to fucking bed, but we still got points to make. You know what I'm saying? But like this, it's like, bro, I'll sit here for another 3 hours. I mean, I'm not gonna, but like I could. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like I'd be
Dead
fine
ass,
with that
for real.
if all of you guys agreed. But we should wrap this
Yeah,
up.
definitely.
If you guys, you know, were here the whole time. You guys are fucking incredible for kicking
I feel
with
like
us for
all
3.5
these people have
hours.
been here the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
look
There's
at
been
them,
there's been a lot. There's-
Kaizoku,
yeah.
Kira, Omega Muffin, Dubs, Scuba Steve, Yato, Seamus, like
Yeah.
all these guys. They've
the
been here
guys,
the whole time.
the
like,
people,
Yep.
the
squad.
squadron. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Y'all make this so fun and worth doing, and we
Yeah.
really appreciate it. Like,
Yes.
we do this for this is
Yes,
fun.
yes, it
Yes,
is. And
yes,
for those
yes.
of you who joined late or left early, this will be on Patreon tomorrow. If you guys take a stroll to our about section, if you guys are new to Project Manga, you will see literally all of our links there: Discord, Twitter, Patreon, Spotify, a bunch of stuff in there, and our schedule's in there so that you can like keep up with like when we're gonna do stuff. So just visit the about section, fuck with us,
Yes.
join our Discord, super fun in there. We talked about Weekly Shonen Jump shit, obviously, but we got like
And tons of other stuff.
a litany
Yeah.
of different channels that you guys can fucking come kick it with us in. But other than that, if you aren't gonna do the Patreon way to see this VOD, then it'll be out tomorrow, and then 3 days after that it'll be on YouTube, and we'll set it up like a premiere so that like you get the live chat option, you can come kick it with us and like talk with us while you know the episode is premiering. So kind of try to recreate this situation as best as
Yeah.
possible. But other than that, I think that is going to do it. This has been One Shots discussing
Yes.
each role of the Straw Hat Pirates. Thank you all so much for coming to hang out with us. Anybody out there that is not following the Project Manga Twitch channel, go ahead and slap a follow if you can. And other than that, I think that will do it. Another successful episode, you guys. And Marnie, I'm so
Thank
fucking
you.
glad that you pulled up, bro. I was like, when
having me on.
yeah, dude. When Nick told me, I was like, yeah. Why haven't we done this yet? You know what I mean? So super fucking happy that
Hi,
you
Kira.
came aboard. It was a pleasure having you. Love your One Piece mind, and just love you and your mind in general. And
Aw.
and I miss you, dude. I miss you, man. I hope we can hang out soon. But
Oh, friendship.
yes, oh my God, Nakama. All right, well, we're. we're gonna get out of here, you guys. Yeah, this is gonna be another stupendous episode of the Project Manga Podcast. Wrapping up, I'm your host, Noxie.
Peace, y'all. It's Kiko.
Igoroo.
And Nickums, thank y'all.
Catch y'all next time.